clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me
Yeah, I'm blocking tonight from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass original drama cast for YouTube and all forevermore. That's his last season, so check it out. Let's just get the music low. I'm here with Vault. Jenny will be gone probably for the rest of the week as she travels back home to Europe. And so we actually had one of the biggest. How big do you think this is, Vaulty?
Pretty big. This is like a genuine, really
I still
big
think
story.
he might be able to sneak out of it some way. There's a part of me that makes him that he'll weasel his way out of it, or at least mitigate the damage to the point where he can continue his career. But due to their rules and stuff like that, when it comes to things like this, he shouldn't be able to. But they always make exceptions for each other, and that's where I'm going to tell you something. In fact, let me cut the music so I can fucking concentrate. It sounds like a goddamn arcade in here. I don't care about any of these people, even the victim. I don't feel bad for any of these people, even the victim. Let me make that 100% clear. I think that you're seeing a situation where people are drowning in their own venom. There are a bunch of young people that can't handle sex, a bunch of people that boast and talk about how they care about women and pushing women, and at the same time they will womanize people that say they're above being used for sex to push their careers ahead, and use sex to push their careers ahead. You will see all of that here. People that set rules, like you need to have the victim speak first before you come out with an allegation. After all, it's their story. Come out with the story before the victim signs off on it. Every single left-wing rule is broken because they don't exist, because it's a bullshit ideology. How's that grab you? That's what I think. Every single rule is thrown out. Nobody cares about this shit. And the best part about it, I can't be held accountable by their stupid purity laws because I don't engage. I'm not a part of the origin. I'm not a part of their political religion. It's great. I can look at all of this. And say, this is a bunch of degenerates that reject all normal ways to be an adult. Try to have, and it just completely falls in their face. We have a feminist that's a womanizer, a strong woman who sleeps with everybody to move up. People that tell us who to vote for and tell us that capitalism is the worst thing in the world, and in the same breath, they'll sit there and come out with a story before it's 100% T crossed and I dotted. This is an example of all people drowning in their own bullshit venom. Now, you see this first guy, President Sunday, he talks a lot about power and how Destiny used it, and I don't think he got too much wrong. The thing is, I don't believe for a minute he wouldn't do the same thing if he was in the driver's seat. I don't believe any of these people. I think they're hysterical. I am only here to point and laugh. I am not here to moralize. But I do think it's ironic that the people that hate people like me, traditional Americans, are doing all this stuff. And I think it's funny when traditional Americans, this is what the equivalent of, do you ever see those like religious types that sit there and they talk about God and how wonderful they are and how pure they are, and you find out they're just the biggest piece of shit? This is what this is the right-wing version of it. I've got no sympathy. None. Zero. Zip. Look, if you get into transactional sex and or what we used to call when I was a kid hookup culture, and it goes the wrong way, that's on you, girl. That's on you, boy. That's the way it goes. That's the game. Sometimes you get burned, And if you honestly believe that this one guy, because he's really good at debating or really good at politics, or he says all the right thing, is a good person just because he does this, maybe you deserve to get fucked over. Maybe. I don't know for sure. Maybe you do. I don't care. You can do. You don't feel sorry for this girl? No! No, I don't. I don't fucking care. What if she was your daughter? What are you running around with Destiny, Laura? That guy's a womanizer. He wears it on his fucking shirt. That's what I'd say if it was my daughter.
Brags about it.
Yeah, and brags about it. What were you doing messing with that fucking guy? He's a loser. Like, no, he's not a loser. He's a winner. But you should know these fucking sociopaths when you see them. I remember a year ago, a couple people, because I always thought that, look, Destiny, I don't disagree with absolutely everything Destiny says. Like, yeah, I was with him on the Rittenhouse stuff. He doesn't seem, since Trump got shot, he's gone nuts, because that's where he was before all this. But since the Rittenhouse stuff, he tries to, he was the most sane liberal. The most sane. I never believed he believed any of the fucking things he was saying, including with Kyle Rittenhouse. I think it was just a means to an end and maybe just a way to separate himself from Hassan. And it seemed to work pretty well. I think this guy only believes in power. I think his ilk and his ideology only believes in power. Power is the most important thing. And it comes right out in this. I believe the guy that made this video doesn't give a shit about victims. I think he only believes in power. I believe the girl that's the victim of this, by the way, a legitimate victim. Destiny victimized this person, no doubt, and probably other people too. I think they only believe in power and the acquisition of power. I do. This is what I believe. Am I wrong? I don't know. Make a fucking video telling everybody I'm stupid. I don't care, but that's what I believe, and that's because that's what I see. And I think it's funny. I think the whole thing is a fucking riot from the top down. And before you say you don't care about revenge porn, no, I don't. Never committed it. Well, I'm not involved in relationships where it can happen to me. No, I don't care. I think like revenge porn, I guess there'd be certain mitigating circumstances where a girl meets a guy and they're going out for a couple months and then he records out of nowhere. Oh, yeah, I feel awful for that chick. I don't feel bad for anybody that knew Destiny's replacement reputation that got in bed with him, including Lauren Southern. What an idiot she is. I mean, didn't Destiny say something to the effect of he was killing immigrants or something like that, or trying to drown immigrants, and he fucked her? What does it say about all these people? And by the way, I don't think this is specific to the left. You could be the holier thou right winger too. Believe me.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like,
obviously, Lauren Southern's a fucking moron too.
Yeah.
I'm not like these people. If they sit there and say, "Oh, I'm fucking pro-Trump," I'm with you. No, not me. Not me. So, Pixie suing? Good. Go. Don't care. Wouldn't be surprised if she lost. Wouldn't be surprised if Destiny won. Wouldn't be surprised if Destiny lost. Don't care. This is fucking fun.
Oh, if she actually does it.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's like the whole other fucking issue.
We'll see. If there's power involved, I'm sure she'll be there. So let's check this out. First of all, let's put right on the menu right now. This is bad news. Apparently, I only told this by Nick DiOrio. This guy right here, apparently he's a big Destiny guy. This could mean lights out because he's losing his political supports on his own side. All right. Okay. Sure. Great. This is Pixie. On November 29th, excuse me, Destiny, the streamer Destiny non-consensually shared my views by making me a victim of revenge porn. And remember, this girl's entire narrative, and by the way, if she's been wronged and he committed a crime or he is liable, I don't care. Make a fucking difference to me. Sure. Go get yours, girl. Sure. If you lose, I'm going to laugh at you too. If you win, it'll be great. It's a no-win. It's a no-lose situation. Here is my story. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Also, if you are a leftist who talked about my situation without as much as consenting, contact me. You owe me an apology. Fat chance, sister. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. If there's enough pressure. No. If there's enough pressure. If there's enough pressure on the leftist, wonder who that is.
They'll eat him alive.
Yeah. He'll. You'll see him. He looks. Who's that guy? The H bomber guy. Exposed. What was his name? The gay guy who just stole every other gay's writings and stuff and passed it off his own. I forget what that. He looks like this guy, the guy that we're just about. This President Sunday guy. He looks just like him. It's pretty funny to me. So your leftist talk about my situation when someone just contact me, owe me an apology. On top of being a victim of revenge porn, I now have to deal with people that are lying about my dating life and further dehumanizing me. All right. Well, it's too bad. Lay with dog. Get fleas. Own your fleas, lady. Don't care. But let's watch the show. Oh, by the way, this
James
guy
Smith-
is one of the most
Somerton, by the way, that's the guy.
James Somerton, that's right. So the guy reminds me of James Somerton a little bit too. This guy is one of the most insufferable people I think I've come across in a bit. I wouldn't say a long time, in a bit, maybe 6 months or something like that, right? But from what I could see, he's right. What's right is right, right, Jimmy? Yeah, okay. What's right is right. I wouldn't be surprised if they find holes in this one later. I've already found a kind of a hole in this. I'll show it to you. Stick around. But I'm here. I'm not here to support Destiny's victims. I'm not here to support Destiny. I am just here to show you these people are.
In this video, I'm going to tell you a story about a man. It's a story that has been replicated over and over and
Started off performative and dramatic. Let's see, a story.
Artistic
What is
approach.
this? What is this? A fucking trailer for a movie? What an egomaniac.
over in government, in show business, in business boardrooms, restaurant
It's
franchises.
a story as old as time.
This time, it's about a man with a small social media empire on
Free
YouTube.
Mama Max.
A man who uses
Look at the language he's using. It's fucking hysterical.
his clout and his fame to lure mentally and financially vulnerable women from his community
Yeah, I'm sure absolutely he did that. I'm sure other women volunteered to get in his community to sleep their way into power too. I'm sure it went both ways. I'm sure he preyed on some girl that really just wanted to save Israel or save Palestine, and I'm sure he actually fucked a few girls that knew it was transactional.
into sexual encounters which he records and then, without their consent, shares with others. It's about how that man developed such a stranglehold over his community that no one, no matter how disgusted they are, will dare call him out for this, even when it becomes public knowledge. And most
That's not true. That's not true. You might know that Nick DiOrio was involved in this. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say something right now. I'm gonna make a speculation. I'm willing to bet, because I listened to this phone call, that this bastard probably had a pretty good intention in indicting Nick, Tom, and Willie Mack. Don't think so? Let's go to an older video. And I think after he talked to Nick, he hedged. Why he hedged? I can only guess. I think probably because at some level he knew he was outmatched. You can go listen to the video. But yeah, think I'm wrong? Watch this video.
line. So, like, if you're a commentary person, like a Nicholas DiOrio or a Turkey Tom or a Willie Mack, and your bread and butter is making videos on the quick, decrying the irresponsibility of people like Hassan Piker for making grandiose statements about politics that affect a lot of people's lives.
See, and that's the first thing. That's why he got Nick right. Nobody's doing that in my community. Nobody, not one. Nobody gives. I probably care more about politics than fucking Nick. Definitely Willie. Willie doesn't give a rat's ass. The only one that's probably closer to me is Chud. Nick, Willie, and Tom combined. So I believe this statement is a pretty good indicator, not 100% proof, that this guy was going to try to rope those three and try to make them be seen as complicit.
And about social issues that affect a lot of people's lives with zero understanding of the issues. And Destiny say...
with zero understanding in the issues, as if you fucking, it made a difference if you understand the ins and outs of the Palestine conflict when you catch Hassan in a lie. You don't have to understand the issues there. You don't.
advocates for
And you could just make fun of him. Look at this YouTuber, this grandiose YouTuber, and he tells checkable lies. It doesn't have to be political. I know with Willie it isn't.
Genocide without knowing where the place he's advocating genocide for is on a map. You're going to stay silent.
So stupid. They're so stupid. Yes, Willie and Tom and Nick are so stupid, President, and look who's getting the finger pointed at them now. You, motherfucker, because you went out and took...
Tell me, he has all those books behind him.
Yeah, he's all his books behind.
He's
I
so
know.
smart.
Actually, side story. Supposedly, someone, did you read all those books behind me? And he's like, no. I heard he said that's pretty funny though. No, fuck no. It's just it's like arcade. I'm not really good at those games either. Behind me. In fairness, I'll give him that. No, you took it. No, I think there was a chance he was going to rope him. They were going to rope all three of those guys because they want the power. Fuckhead. It's the power.
Because that's directly going to impact your wallet. If you are someone like Willie Mack, Nicholas D'Orio, whatever, these kinds of people, Turkey Tom, whatever, and you spend your time criticizing people for being irresponsible in their sexual relationships, being abusive, being manipulative, lying in public, leveraging your audience in order to intimidate ex-partners from speaking out against.
Is that what he's saying? He's saying those three guys are intimidating ex-partners? Really? 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 Nick? Really?
You. And Destiny does this with his wife or with other people.
Maybe he does.
Or he, for example, shares their nudes with random people in order to appear vulnerable so he can get sexual access with somebody else or share sensitive DMs and so on and so forth. Just basic violations of trust, possibly amounting to sex crimes. You're going to stay silent about it.
Yeah. So he's suggesting that all of us knew about Destiny's sex crime and stayed silent about it. Well, I'm here to clear up the fucking air. When the shit dropped, first of all, I always knew Destiny was a womanizer. I've known it for years. It's in the public. It's in the public, so I don't feel too bad for people that got involved with them. It depending on the situation, of course. Okay. Second of all, the first time I heard about this was in November when I guess Destiny was blowing with Nick Fuentes, or allegedly. All right, that's the first time I heard about it. All right, you can do all the guesswork. None of it was verifiable. None of it. Zero. Here's another thing. The victim, from what I understood, and remember, this is like, hey, did you hear this? Right? The victim, there was a possibility they weren't going forward. So you're supposed to do the right thing, keep your mouth shut, because you don't know what she's going to do. And there's another possibility too. What if she settles with Destiny? What if she goes to court and Destiny flips her $100,000 and she shuts up, and then you look fucking stupid. You look like you're holding the goddamn bag. Right? So I heard about it. A lot of people knew about it. I think most people knew about it within the underground tunnel of the commentary community. Most people knew about it, but nothing you do about it. I've heard it. You know, and not that I would have done anything about it. Anyway, this is not my fucking lane. My lane is to laugh at this shit, not get involved with this shit. So, yeah, I think this guy had every intention of roping all those three.
Importantly, this is a story about power and of how normal human feelings can be contorted to serve a machine to make a man immune to the effects of the abuse he has inflicted on an astonishing number of people.
He's so look at those books; they're old. He's so sophisticated.
Stephen Bennell II, or as he's known,
Stephen Bennell II. Why would you even say that?
Online, Destiny.
Oh, Destiny
is a highly successful
loser.
Political streamer and content creator who has garnered infamy not just for public outbursts and controversial political positions, but also for an impressive number of public threats, sexual scandals, and even outright criminal actions. This recently culminated on November 20.
Yeah, good luck. You say criminal acts. Boy, aren't you worried about getting sued by Destiny? Dipshit. This guy's a total amateur. How many subs do you have?
I think like 5K.
Sounds like a 5K thing to say. Reynolds Hughes, just a normal day, huh? Yeah. Thanks, Reynolds.
Yeah,
9th of 2024, when an anonymous Discord and Kiwi Farms user going by the name Solo Leaks
20K. He's a Destiny A-logger, from what I understand.
Published a large repository of private messages and pornographic images and videos of Destiny with various men and women to Discord and Kiwi Farms, recordings that Destiny had shared to strangers without the consent of the people in them. It's important to note that this is not the first time that Destiny has been the subject of a large sexual scandal involving non-consensually leaked intimate material. All the way back in 2012, Destiny...
StarCraft days. I think it's so funny.
It's a while back.
I think it's hysterical to use me a pro gamer. I think it's too funny.
Destiny was caught up in a scandal involving a competitive StarCraft 2 player called Blue T, who had tweeted out a photo of his genitals. This was in retaliation for Destiny previously leaking nude images of her to his friends on Skype, wherein he laughed at how, quote-unquote, fucking hideous her face was compared to her, quote-unquote, beautiful body. In 2021, Destiny had a romantic entanglement with a YouTube streamer named Anna Voir. Anna would go on to become known for insisting, often tearfully, that she was actually in a long-term romantic relationship with Destiny, which Destiny denied, painting her as crazy to his audience.
Let me tell you something. He may have done all that, but he didn't have to paint with too many brushes to show that that woman was crazy. That woman did it all her fucking self. All right. I have no doubt in my mind that Destiny manipulated that woman in some way or another. Right. But she was actually crazy too. Because, you know, that's another thing you got to remember this in this stuff. And really throughout your life, more than one thing can be true at the same time. There can be multiple bad guys. There can be multiple good guys. There could be good and bad guys. And there could be all these people are trash cans. Right. And there could be crazy people. You can actually say and gaslight the public to say somebody's crazy, and they could actually be crazy too. I think this guy's fucking incompetent. I think fucking the bimbo who's probably trying to blackmail Destiny. I'll throw that fucking out there too. I wouldn't be shocked if this would have that she was working on a blackmail attempt. And I think Destiny's just what they probably say of him too. What a shock. All of them could be true. Every one of them.
It was later revealed that in fact, while Destiny was insisting to his audience,
and it's nuts. And it's nuts. But I have no doubt in my mind that she was treated poorly. I mean, look how he treats people generally.
It's probably like just person.
Nothing. Destiny's behavior with the video sucking some guy's dick, none of this shocks me. You know.
But Anna was insane.
Yeah, he's a
he was
fucking
actually
degenerate, dude.
Yeah, I know. None of us.
That's all he is. He's just a very degenerate.
I didn't really care that he sucked that guy. I want to know if it was Nick Fuentes. That was way funnier.
Sexting her the entire time and referring to her with terms such as princess in their conversations. Anna threatened to post these sexually charged texts to prove that she wasn't crazy and that this was all actually taking place.
Yeah, she didn't help at all.
And in retaliation, Destiny threatened in public to leak her nude photos if she did so.
Like if you and I had like sexted or something.
He's an animal. He really is. He's always been an animal though. Like I can't even get mad at him. I can't even get mad at him because all this shit is old news, man. Nobody gives a fuck.
It's from a fucking live stream.
I know.
It's not like a leaked DM or some shit.
I'm sure Destiny sits there in life. Can you believe this? I could sit there and get on stream tomorrow and go on about the evils of revenge porn and do it at the same time, and my audience won't say shit. It's just like it's almost like we got to see it like through Mama Max when he's like, Mama Max, I'm the pedo, or Charlie, I'm the pedo hunter. I could fucking end you. I bet I'm sure he does that because he can break every one of the rules that he tries to paint other people as being horrible for. It's so funny to me.
Or something, or traded nudes, and you were like, I'm gonna leak your nudes, and I go, fuck you. If you leak my nudes, I'm gonna leak your nudes. Is that like blackmail, or is that like abusive? I disagree.
So do you think that leaking sexting and leaking nudes is proportional, or do you think it's a proportional response?
People actually debate this shit. This is a serious conversation.
Just, cancel it
this
out.
This is a conversation with adults. These are real people, everybody. It's not AI generated. People actually fucking
guess
do
what?
this.
They make more money than you.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh yeah. Sure. Yeah. I can accept that. That's fucking funny. You know.
Response in the way that you're reacting to that.
I think it's about proportional. Because you're leaking like sexual material and shit from another person. Yeah. Fuck it. I think it's proportional.
Destiny has also at least once admitted to accidentally sending homemade videos of him and his wife to people who his wife did not in advance approve of in accordance with a previous agreement.
Why do you do that? This should be gift for marrying him, you bastard, and having an open relationship.
That he wouldn't.
Me and Melina had a conversation.
Are you shaming people with open relationships? No, I think it doesn't work, and stuff like this happens because they're open. Got it? Can't deal with it? Go.
About there were a few girls we talked to. It was like, oh cool, like we should record videos of like us fucking shit and send it to people. Like it's fun. I kind of like have like my little archive of like Coomer material that I'll send to people if I want to. There were girls that I talked to past that I'd send stuff of like Amir and Melina. And Melina talked to me and she was like, hey, if you're gonna send any videos to new girls that we haven't talked about, like let me know that first.
Well, if you really are conservative, that's why this is just the great. If you're conservative and you're also involved in like online stuff, this is like the great. You'll never forget this day the rest of your life.
Yeah.
By the way,
that's what's happening to me.
Steven's actually going to be responding to all this fucking shit and says he's going to be suing everybody. I'm looking forward to that too. That's tomorrow's show.
Because she wanted to be careful. And so I was like, oh, okay, sure, that's fine. I didn't think about it at the time because I didn't think it mattered. But for the first thing, like, okay, yeah, I should have like checked 100% with Melina, but like this.
Other examples of threats and sexual misconduct made by Destiny are plentiful, but the general point is this. Destiny has a very bad history when it comes to sharing intimate material of people that he is sexually involved with without their consent, and of using the threat of their release to keep people in line. If this brings a certain Diddy to mind, you are not alone.
Let's tie this into Diddy.
Of course he did.
Oh, no, I know it was him or Epstein or the other guy from Miramax. You knew that was coming. That was the only
Like
thing
with
that was
Diddy,
guaranteed.
when people speak out about Destiny's misconduct, the responses vary from silence to dismissal to outright threats of exposing their intimate information and media. Unlike with Diddy, these aren't just allegations. We have the receipts. In 2023, Destiny's wife Melina
Destiny did it. Destiny did it, did he?
Yeah, I see what he did there.
publicly separated from him. In response, Destiny went on stream and indicated multiple times that he was confident that Melina would not leak any unsavory details about the relationship to the public because he too had compromising information on her and logs that would seriously harm Melina's reputation if they were revealed. Whereas,
There's another brother that harmed her own reputation. She was insufferable too.
his reputation around relationships was already so low, he would be effectively immune to the consequences.
Pretty much true.
Why do you think that she isn't going to leak or talk shit? Melina will not leak or talk shit about any of this because she knows that everything about this makes her look like a f***ing satanic demon. She knows that. She's threatened it a million times.
Maybe it's all of them.
That's a fucking threat, right?
Oh God, yeah.
I was like, I'm going to start leaking everything.
It's gonna throw it out.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, if you really want to, holy f***.
You know what I thought? It's like he beat. He always beat these girls, because they would all they were like, this is my chance to be a victim, right? And I could be. Puts me up the higher on the scale on the fucking And they would kind of burn themselves by just coming off as like a bunch of tryhards, and then he would skate. I knew they were probably telling the truth. But that's not my community, man.
Because my reputation is already zero in regards to our relationship. Everybody thinks I'm a horrible piece of shit. We want to start leaking shit. We can do it.
Fast forward to November 2024. Due to the solo leaks...
Yeah, in a normal circumstance, that would have been enough for people to say, this guy's a sick fuck. I am not listening to a lecture on feminism from this guy. Ever again. That would have been the end for, any normal person.
Come to light that Destiny has been sharing intimate private messages, nude images, and pornographic videos with a 19-year-old OnlyFans creator called Rose, who he was sexually interested in at the time.
Why does everybody do this shit?
It's one hell of a fucking name, dude.
The most oversexed place I ever worked was the United States Army here in Germany, and but it's so much more normal compared to it's single people going out, getting drunk, fucking, probably regretting it the next day, and going out and doing it again the next weekend, and that's it. Now, there was consequences for this. Girls could turn you in whether you raped them or not, and you'd go on an investigation, and you didn't even have to know who accused you because it was some stupid system they set up. And some people got burned by that. But you know what? When you entered that fucking world of the sex part of the army, guess what? It could happen to you. Better choose wisely.
Rose leaked.
I'll give you an idea. There was a girl that already accused another friend of mine of rape. Okay, and we were having a bear. And he was going to trial for it. He beat it. That's another story altogether. And we were all, me and my buddy Tom, we're sitting in fucking two Toms. We're sitting here having a beer, and she walked in the room to party, and we walked out of the room to party at off post.
These to a Discord and Kiwi Farms user.
I guess the kids today don't do that.
Called Solo Leaks, who may, for all we know, be Rose herself, who then published them to Discord and to Kiwi Farms. These leaks included intimate, romantic, and
Bungus. I was expecting to get involved with Mr. Banshee. Yeah.
Sexual DMs between Destiny and Lauren Southern, who Destiny had long denied being romantically involved with, while she became increasingly present in his public personal life.
Dude, fuck Lauren Southern too. Oh God, you're a disgusting broad yourself. You didn't know? You didn't know? You didn't think he would take your conservative scalp and say, look whose pussy I was inside? You didn't think he'd do that, Lauren? What are you going to do? You going to preach to me on the way how to carry myself like a man? Go fuck yourself. You going to tell us that there are people, we got to have more kids and more babies? No. Are you married? No. You haven't even gotten past college fucking mentally yet. Fucking Destiny. Don't lecture me, you bimbo. That's what you are. You're a bimbo.
And on stream, despite...
Ben Master, I can't believe they got together. I can, because people who want power at all cost and will do anything to do it and don't believe anything are attracted to each other. I can totally believe it. I think a lot of people that fall on the left with sociopaths that fall on the left and right politics, they only go there because it's like the path. It's the quickest way to power. It's a path of least resistance. If you grow up in New York City, you're going to do it from the left. You grow up in Alabama, you're going to do it from the right.
Being publicly at odds with each other.
Oh yeah, oh, she's hot. There's no doubt about it. But she's supposed to be this conservative broad too. Now I want to hear her views on relationships.
Politically, on the surface. Destiny even once described her activism as involving, quote-unquote, drowning refugees. These DMs reveal...
He said he drowned refugees, and they fucked each other. If somebody accused me of that, I would never want to go near them. Must have left sight on them, so they fucked.
Anyways,
in fact,
let's
Destiny
fuck.
and Lauren Southern had been mutually declaring their love and admiration for each
Thanks, Wild. Appreciate it.
other, including expressing intentions to separate from the
I feel
respect...
bad for Chud because he's getting the Tommy C vacation treatment.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking karma.
He finally go. Like I retweeted, somebody wrote that today. Yeah, I don't believe you. It's good and it's bad. He'll come back and he'll be on fire. I promise you. Because you get when you're on vacation and looking at this shit, you start getting ideas and stuff. Oh, I could say that. I could say this. I could say that. And you can't do it right there and then. But you don't get them when you're like in the trench, so to speak. It's weird. It'll be good for him.
Respective partners to marry each other. All of this was happening behind the scenes, despite Destiny...
Never hate fuck before? It's, oh, yes. We were talking about that before, Mr. Miss. You know what? It's funny you said that. Yes, I have, right? But I think it was like 3 times in my life, right? In my entire life. So I was single from the time I was a teenager till... When was Laura born? 2007. Then I broke up with my wife. I was off for 2 years. I was single for 2 more years. And then I got married. So basically till 2007, just after I turned 30. And, 2 years of my 30s. That's it. That's all my dating experience right there. So if I had to guess, Destiny loves to hate. Like, to me, it was circumstance to hate fucking, right? To Destiny, that's what he was going for.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah,
like
like
some
he
weird
really
fucking
like I mean, it
fetish.
could be hot. Don't get me wrong. You're really mad at each other, and then you end up in bed. Like, all right, sure, like emotions don't respond to violence, but yeah, but to go after that, for that to be the pull, like it's so obvious to me, and I think this happens to guys that get like a lot of sex, and I think I did okay, but I probably haven't gotten as much pussy as Destiny, right? And I think it gets boring. So like to me, like still at my age, almost 50. Regular normal sex is still really erotic and wonderful, but I guess when you're like him, you've got to put spice on it, and just the spice just gets weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder until you're a degenerate. Like normal sex is totally
Nick
hot.
Fuentes' cock.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly, exactly. Right on the money. Like normal sex, the normal straight sex out is still really erotic to me.
He publicly claiming to his audience that he and Lauren were not...
And that's if you want to know, like if it's not good, kind of knock down these doors and be super experimental. Look, it's never happened to me, but maybe that's because you start putting more spice on it, and you don't know where those doors, maybe you can't close them. I'm just saying. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah.
Involved. And while
Keep it simple. You'll never know what you're missing. That's my advice.
was publicly accusing his wife Melina of lying and of being controlling privately when she would express displeasure about the relationship.
Speaking of, do we hit the... okay, 2 more to the goal. All right, I just wanted to make sure.
The goal expired. Do you want to do another one?
Okay, I guess that means...
another goal.
Another goal. Let's go for a big one. What do you say? Start a goal.
Increase the time limit thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, probably. I did 30 minutes. Oh yeah, I wanted it 30 minutes. Okay. Well, actually, start a. How does this fucking work? I don't even know.
Is it like on top? You just click on the goal thing on top.
They took my goals away. Start another goal. There it is.
Yeah. There it is.
Okay, we'll go. I don't know. I'll do 2, but 10. There we go. Another goal, everybody. It's set, I think. There we go. A little cheaper this time. See if you guys can hit it. Then I'll up the ante. You know,
Maybe, who knows, another goal possibly.
another goal.
relationship and when she requested that Destiny stop associating with Southern. In addition to these leaks, which not only
And she told Destiny, "Stop fucking Lauren Southern." Well, I'm going to say it's not a full force guarantee. If you married her and decided to stay faithful, because that's what marriage is about, it would have been a little easier to resist Lauren Southern's pussy. Maybe, maybe not. Guys cheat all the time, but hey, maybe if you have something to lose, you're a little less likely to do it. Me, it's my kids.
severely compromised Lauren Southern's career and personal life, but also established that Destiny was lying when he accused
Tommy, thoughts of the corner going full religious and saying Supernatural is a blasphemous show. I don't know if he said that or not, but it's terribly funny if he
That's
did.
hilarious.
That is hilarious. Here's my answer. Okay, if that's true, he's from the Midwest. What do you expect?
his wife of being delusional and controlling about the affair. Solo Leaks also published a massive dump of revenge pornography, which featured various sexual encounters with numerous men and women that Destiny
We already did this, didn't we?
No.
Okay.
we had recorded and sent to
Yeah, watch this. Oh.
Rose as part of their flirtations, which incidentally include references to how he recorded other people, not
Revenge
included
porn.
in the dump, including a recording of a sexual encounter with someone he met on the gay dating app Grindr with no mention of having alerted this person to the fact that they were being recorded. Note, it is a felony to record sex acts without consent in the state of Florida.
He's not getting arrested, buddy.
So to
Probably not. If he does, I don't care.
He's not getting arrested.
Yeah, probably not.
Cap.
But, yeah, because the guy that was probably a closeted homo that fucking slapped him. I don't want anybody to know. He can have that one. You know.
Destiny, who has a long history of threatening associates, friends, and family with public humiliation and exposure through releasing revenge pornography and intimate messages, actually did leak a tremendous quantity of compromising, sexually humiliating messages, images, and videos featuring other
I don't
people.
want to get in this debate, but is it revenge porn when you're sharing it with like and ogling it with a friend of yours, like Rose is coming, or is it revenge porn when you post it and say, I'm trying to get revenge on this person? It doesn't have to be like a public post.
Yeah,
to be
because
revenge
like
porn.
without
I'm
like,
just saying, I don't know.
following
Maybe
just
that qualifies.
handling it.
I don't give a fuck. I'll leave it to all the bread tubers to debate whether that's true, because I'm sure Hassan's gonna love this.
Such like a weird
Yeah, I just don't know. Is it revenge porn to me? Yeah.
people to at least one person without their
I
consent.
wonder. I just wonder. I don't.
These
care.
were then publicly leaked, and the reaction has been total silence. Nothing. Historically, Destiny has always been boldly willing to threaten leaking private intimate material, such as during his separation from his wife, or to expose nude images to retaliate against women he was slandering, like Anna, or even just for the sheer pleasure of it, as in
When
the
did he
case
slander her? With her being crazy? I don't know. I think that might be objectively true. I think two things can be true. I think she can be crazy and he could be saying she's crazier than she really is.
of Blue Tea mentioned earlier, where the only
That's
purpose
nuts.
was revenge.
It's both, right, Star-Lord? It's both.
This time, however, somehow, there is nothing. Not by Destiny, nor by anybody else. No streams,
The Fappening leakers were prosecuted? I didn't know that. Thanks, Keith.
no video
'cause, like,
exposés, no tweets by any notable figures
That is
denouncing.
revenge.
Believe me, Keith Richardson, this is not about me like getting the right take
Yeah.
to make sure that like I know this is going to happen or I don't know this is going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised. This is not a declarative statement or an actual prediction. I don't care if he gets if he gets charged. Great. I'm not staking my. And you know what? Here's the thing. If I said like with I don't think he'll ever get charged. Right? And people, my own fans know this. I don't know if you're new, Chris. And people come back and like, you predicted Destiny would get charged and he didn't. I'm not doubling down. I'm saying I'm wrong. I guess he's going to get charged. Great. You know.
What is an obvious massive breach in ethics and consent? Nothing.
My identity, let me make this clear. My identity is not wrapped up, nor do I care, on my YouTube fucking presence or on my image online. I don't care if it comes apart and I get something wrong. It doesn't matter because I talk about stupid shit for a living.
Which begs the question. Why? Why is everyone being so silent about something that by all rights should be a massive sex and abuse scandal about one of online politics' biggest?
Because Turkey Tom and Nick DiOrio and Willie Mack were complicit.
The most controversial figures.
Oh, edit that out.
As I said at the beginning of this video,
Sorry, guys.
this is not just a story about a man, but about power and how power works. And it's not a story that is new.
Power. That's
At the
all they
center of
care
the scandal
about.
is a concerted effort by Destiny's friends, associates, and
Power
community
and
to
fucking inflating their ego. I had the only conversation I've ever had with Destiny. It was basically, I mean, he was just telling me how he puts people on to humiliate them all the time. It's just part. It's no big deal to him. Nothing really bothers him. That was my only conversation with Vivi. And I was like, yeah, to a certain extent, a lot of people do that, especially the commentary community. Not recording does that, but you could really tell in our conversation he enjoys it. And yeah, he really gets off on it, man.
conceal and hide his wrongdoings by any and all means. This includes deleting any mentions of the leaks on Discord and Reddit, obfuscating the issue by acting as if the leaks only contain
Harlan.
private sexual behaviors and therefore aren't anyone
I
else.
heard this one's an absolute monster. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
I don't know.
she
I
is
heard
a
this one is.
psycho as well.
Whoa! Whoa!
Else's business, or even offering money to the victims in exchange for their silence. Now, if one were to say that
Hush money's not illegal.
creators around
I know
Destiny
that's from Trump.
were simply remaining silent about this scandal in order
Wouldn't
to
it be funny if he was running around saying Trump should have got convicted for that shit in divorce, and he gets convicted of the same thing Trump got convicted of?
That'd be so fucking funny. That'd be
It is
so
funny.
fucking funny, dude.
And he gets screwed to boot like Trump did.
That would be hilarious.
to continue to capitalize on their friendship with Destiny and have access to his audience, this would be a misleading oversimplification. Some people are doing that for sure, and some people in fact are even going out of their way to run interference to protect Destiny from the consequences
Tom
of his
said he was distancing himself. I'm sure that's true. I don't talk to Tom like I used to, but I talk to Nick DiOrio like I used to. Like I once every 2 or 3 days. I heard about this, right? And I know Nick was disgusted by what he found. This was a bridge too far. So all these people are saying Nick was sweeping or something like that, or had plans to sweep. He did not. No way. Because he told me. And he knows I don't like Destiny. But he also told me that he wasn't going to, because like he had no idea what she would do, that he wouldn't cover it until it was already. I don't blame him a bit. You cannot go. You can't. This guy looks like he jumped the gun to me too. I don't know how much shit he's going to take, but man, oh man. And I think she was waiting to get paid to see if Destiny would pay her. Everybody's playing chicken. Background. Everybody's playing
Probably
chicken.
fucked.
President Sunday's playing chicken. Fucking
Fucked her over.
this broad's playing chicken with Destiny. Everybody's playing chicken.
Yeah.
his actions.
With the sex tape. It's so funny to me. Why would you listen to anybody of these people about good government? Why? I understand those people that are on Fox News, CNN, and they're all losers too. But Jesus Christ. How did you get fooled by the gamer ones?
But this is not a story about the nefarious deeds of evil men and women, but about power.
Power.
And it turns out
Power that I want.
that in fact a lot of
Clout.
people are simply
Control.
afraid. Afraid of what they have a moral right or a public sanction to say given the sensitive nature of these leaks, and afraid of the retribution of Destiny and those in his audience if they say something that angers
Oh,
him.
she came to me out of one for nothing Destiny could have done to me.
A very large creator,
But I would have told her you asked for it.
Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh! We're at it again!
There's our good friend Nick.
That's the most powerful person in drama. Not Keemstar anymore, by the way.
YouTube commentary called Nicholas DeOrio, disgusted at the
He has all
obvious
the power.
sexual
Yeah,
abuse
look at this. I bet this was changed at the last minute. Let's hear it again. I guarantee you this was changed.
of Destiny and those in his audience if they say something that angers him. A very large creator in YouTube commentary called Nicholas DeOrio
I don't like the fact that he's putting like Nick Tom, like Tom, I guess was the closest to Destiny because he hung out with him, and I guess they had some kind of friendly relationship or something like that. But I know Dick didn't have a very close relationship, and I know fucking Willie went there once. I also know that I don't know Tom as well as I used to. I knew Tom when he's a kid. I don't really know Tom the adult that well, and but I never found either of them overtly political. You know, and I think he thinks that we're sort of like he sees himself as an advocate, and we see ourselves in the drama community as advocates. I don't. I don't think Nick does. I think Nick wants to goof on fucking people, and he doesn't really have an agenda one way or another. I know that. I don't think Willie Mack knows anything about politics, which makes him so perfect to criticize Hassan, because you get rid of the red herring of how much he knows about this particular topic. In other words, his qualifications. It just comes down to whether Hassan is lying or not. It's so perfect. He's the greatest monkey on Hassan's back. So I think
it's like he also like adds these like principles onto Nick, onto Tom.
No, he's going to sit there and say that, you know, these fearful creators that thought they would be crushed by destiny came to me because they were so failure. And the truth is, they just like here it is. Get this. You listen up, H Bomber guy. It didn't reach the level where you could do this ethically. That's it. And not ruin your career. That's what happened.
Disgusted at the obvious sexual abuse and public coercion he was witnessing coming from Destiny and his defenders, and frustrated.
Well, I can say for when that shit came out, and I talked to Nick. He did say that he didn't say I'm so disgusted. I mean, he said he did say this is too much. He did say that to me. He was disgusted. I don't mean to say that Nick wasn't disgusted. I just think these people think we're right wingers or Destiny defenders or stuff like that. Like you couldn't be further from the truth.
Fact that people were beginning to lump him in with the others who were actively covering for Destiny.
No, you were going to lump him in with the others. You were. I bet my fucking kid on it.
Reached out to me directly to clarify.
Chick's cross-eyed. Hold on a second.
To lump him.
Yeah.
In with the others who were actively covering.
That cross-eyed evil bitch.
For Destiny. Reached out to me directly to clarify why he was not being more vocal.
Here they are. The guys who knew and didn't say anything. How much did it?
He told me that, due to the sensitive nature of the material, despite being very confident about Destiny's guilt, he was very conflicted about coming forward against Destiny on behalf of the victims in this story without them voluntarily coming forward first. This was for two reasons. First, Destiny has a history of persuading his victims to come to his defense during a scandal.
Sure.
This happened once when a creator called...
It was really funny when he did this. Now, people are going to be looking at Mr. Girl a little different. But again, you know, Anna's nuts, and if I remember, Mr. Girl overplayed his hand with this situation. But this was funny. I remember when this happened. It was kind of funny.
Mr. Girl...
He was like, oh, you abused Anna, and Anna comes out and like, no, I didn't.
...infamously attempted to accuse Destiny of lying about his relationship with Anne Voir. And in response, Destiny produced recent DMs between himself and Anna in which he got her to say that her own quoted claims against Destiny were false. And here it is notable that the fact...
The best thing about that is it got rid of Mr. Girl. It ended Mr. Girl.
That these DMs were between the alleged abuser and his victim did not seem to affect their credibility in the eyes of his audience. And second, because of Destiny's ability to use his hold over his massive audience to deal serious reputational and financial damage to people who he feels have slighted.
I gotta be honest with you, though, some of this is bullshit. If that's true, if you're actually afraid of him. Destiny swung at me before and said stuff at me. All it is your fucking timeline blows up for a day. It's not that bad.
Him. Nicholas refers explicitly here to the reputational damage Destiny inflicted.
Maybe everybody else is just a big pussy, you know. Like even the thing with me and Amory, which I was like actually at fault for, right? Like it passes. You know, I crossed my T's, dotted my I's. I made sure I didn't do anything else stupid, but that was it. Just let it pass. You don't overdo it. You don't lie. You don't have to do anything.
On another commentary YouTuber called Chudlogic, when he was approached by Destiny's now ex-wife Melina to give her side of the story about the Lawrence Southern affair.
So, I mean, I've privately told everybody I'm completely distancing myself from this guy, waiting for this.
And I can verify that 100%.
Bomb to go off, but I don't want to be the one to fucking light it. But I mean, I feel stupid. I sent Destiny like a message of support at the beginning of this, like about his dick getting leaked, not about this part of it. Like, oh, it's a shame that your dick got leaked or whatever, which I guess is still valid.
I didn't realize how bad it was initially. I thought the big thing was the Lawrence Southern leaks. I thought, oh, he's got sex tapes. Okay, surprise, surprise.
Well, in the back of my head, I was thinking, why would all these people consent to their fucking nudes being exchanged?
Well, the answer is they wouldn't.
Even happen? They would absolutely not. They absolutely wouldn't. Yeah. And it's like, and I haven't really been able to talk about this with anybody because I'm at like a fucking. It's a huge risk to even discuss it. Because this guy's got such a chokehold over his community.
That's why he told me, because I'm not involved.
But I legitimately think, if it ever comes up, I absolutely think that's career-ending, and I don't think that could be defended. And if it can be defended by his community, it would fucking completely destroy... I mean, yeah, his reputation's in the toilet. It could be lower.
It could be. It's also, it's in the toilet with people who care to know.
I am interested in how low in the toilet. I mean, fucking what's his face still has a career. Mr. Horsecock guy. I am generally fascinated to see how he gets around this, right? And I don't care if he does or he doesn't. Good luck.
Yeah, no, I think this is a viral everyone story, video, like community-wide story. If this cover-up ever comes out,
What specifically would have to happen to trigger some kind of, determinate position on this in public for you?
I mean, I'll be super candid about it. You would need to talk.
Yeah. Would you have to talk publicly? Or do you just have to see it?
No, I think I've already seen it. I think she needs to talk publicly because if anything, if it comes down to it and Destiny convinces her privately to take that other... Look what happened with Chud Logic and Lauren Southern. He had Melina coming to him and telling him these things directly. And he was put in a position where he can either eat shit and be hated by that community and lose a huge percentage of his audience to the point where I had to pick up the other half of the slack and like help him out, right, to keep him afloat, or he could just leak those messages and be justified immediately, and it would start like a huge conflict. And he did, I guess,
and then have the victim turn on you.
the right thing by loyalty, but like, you know what I mean? It's like. Yeah. If you don't have the person, then it's you fighting on behalf of somebody else. And I've seen this go down so many times with content creators where if they don't have the support of the actual victim in the situation, you're fighting a losing battle from day one.
Yep.
So principally your concern is that you're going to take a pretty big financial / audience hit if you were to do this.
I think there's a genuine risk that I'm going to get left out to dry here. Because if she doesn't...
Notice he didn't agree with that. Left out to dry. In other words, look stupid. He didn't agree. Because he's trying to shoehorn everything into his narrative. The reason nobody will talk about Destiny is because there's a financial arrangement. He probably believed there's a financial arrangement with Willie and Tom and Nick. And didn't realize that, most of these people are pretty good fucking guys that cross their T's and dot their I's. Not without our mistakes. I've made mistakes. Tom made mistakes that are very public and stuff like that. But they're nowhere near on this fucking level. He just assumed everybody was just in, like, he's just, like, this is why this guy talks like this. He has the books around him, and he had a very simple conspiracy theory. Destiny's paying them.
Say anything, or even worse, if she comes out and says it's not true, then I'm fucked.
A lot of people who would otherwise potentially be ready to support the victims of Destiny's systemic abuse of female and male colleagues are stuck between wanting to call foul on some truly reprehensible behavior and the realization that if they did, there are so many ways to spin them as the villains through Destiny's further manipulation of the victims and of his massive following. Two particularly aggressive defenders of Destiny have been Not So Erudite and Dan Saltman, who are both colleagues and close members of his inner circle.
Israel supporters.
Both have gone out of their way either to dissuade attempts to bring up the issue of Destiny's non-consensual sharing of intimate material of other people publicly, or to...
What did Dan Saltman do? I like Dan. I wonder what he did.
Do you want to pull up his alleged statements?
Well, let's see what they say first, and we'll get his statements. We'll pause there. Right. I want to see how Saltman's guilty.
His victims from speaking out or taking legal action. A major consequence of Destiny's silence.
Because let me tell you something. This crowd's got motivation to get Saltman, and I'm not getting caught up in this fucking shit. Maybe Saltman did. Maybe Saltman did it. Maybe he's come back. I don't know. I have no idea. Mama Max 871. Thank you.
People around him on this issue is that all of the negative consequences for these leaks have been borne by the victims, who are still being publicly shamed and harassed as I speak. However, faux concern for their well-being and their wishes to remain as...
Faux concern should be the entire...
Oh, hey, Willie.
...left-wing movement.
He's in the chat.
Is he? Hey, Willie.
...as anonymous and private as possible, has been used to shut down any discussion
by Marvel Rival Sons.
Okay, buddy.
Where Destiny might be...
I'm not going to lie. I used to like Destiny, but after the firefighter thing, I didn't like him much. Yeah, that's when the mask slipped. That's who he is. Remember, he was taking a bunch of L's. Remember, he was arguing they should take Trump's name off the ballot. When I went to the Supreme Court, would they just shut that down 9-0? He's won again, and then a couple weeks later, Trump gets shot? Yeah, we started to see more of the real Destiny as the election went on.
Be held responsible for endangering them in the first place. The perverse result is that Destiny's crimes against these people...
Great Willie Mack, everybody, show him some love.
...are effectively being weaponized as their own defense.
The Destiny defender, Willie Mack.
Yeah, dude, he bought those skins with
you don't know how close you came, Willie, to get shoehorned into this.
...against others who would call him out for them. For example, When one community member, known as Fairy Queen, questioned not-so-erudite's continued association with Destiny, given the revelation that he had been sharing porn of people he streams with without their consent, and given not-so-erudite's own avowals of being a mental health expert and a feminist, not-so-erudite claimed that she was in communication with the victims behind the scenes and that they didn't want any additional attention. And so therefore, not-so-erudite was actually doing the moral thing by not holding Destiny accountable for victimizing them in the first place and for personally continuing to profit from the reputation of Destiny by whom she was employed. When pressed on this, not-so-erudite promptly terminated the conversation.
That's all right. Hillary Clinton's a great a feminist too, and then she tried to shut down old Bill Clinton's fucking tryst as well. See the pattern here? See the pattern? The ones who pro-clutch the most. What do they call it? The priest in the whorehouse syndrome. I don't know if it's called that. That's what I call it. But there's a lot of that going around.
But it turns out that not-so-erudite was telling the truth when she said she was communicating on behalf of the victims, because as it turns out, she was from
her eyes are crossed, it turns out.
Very early on, the
trying to get a good one.
primary middleman.
Look me in the eye! No!
Stop
Here!
lying. Look me in the eye.
Here!
Negotiating the price of their silence. Enter Pixie. Pixie is a tiny streamer who, like Destiny's wife Melina, was visually identifiable in the leaks. Pixie
pause real quick.
had been working closely.
What did Dan do again?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out.
Where was Dan mentioned?
I don't know. Dan apparently is oppressing the victims. I don't know what he do.
All right then.
With Destiny since she turned 20 years old in 2019. And in addition to appearing on stream together regularly, Destiny also got her involved in
I just assumed they were fucking.
positions organizing for canvassing projects, like with Progressive Victory, who he partnered with in 2024. Yeah. And she would accompany him multiple times to large podcast appearances, such as the Whatever podcast, which he would pay for her to be flown out to. Pixie had, for a very long time, repeatedly tried to present herself as an example of a woman who could succeed as a part of Destiny's orbit without being a member of his oft-rumored...
I guess she's a liar. I guess she's a fawn. Maybe she's a phony. Or maybe she was victimized because he's so fucking charming. Or maybe she's not that strong after all. I know what I'll do. I'll fuck Destiny, tell everybody I'm not fucking Destiny, and then appear like I'm a strong feminist. Fuck you!
Harem of women.
There's no recording if you don't fuck them.
Who offer him sexual favors in exchange for exposure and stream time. In light of these leaks, that image has obviously been shattered, and she has...
A harem, yeah. Isn't it like an Arabic word, a harem?
Harem? It's, I'm not sure, yeah.
Yeah.
No, haram.
No, but harem is like a group of women. I thought that was... haram. Maybe that's where it comes from. Who knows?
Received the brunt of negative reactions to the
I
scandal.
learned a lot of words like that in German. Like, I see where the English words get their roots. You know?
Since people who hate Destiny and hate the politics of the people in his group are eager to laugh at the hypocrisy of
same as yours.
One of them, even if it means joining in the
it's like one degree of separation with Israel. So what?
Mass harassment of someone who is in fact a victim.
What happened to the days of sex at McDonald's? I don't know. Went to a movie, went to McDonald's. And then she gave me a blowjob. She's a nice girl. I think I'm gonna marry her, Will. Remember that?
Of revenge porn. Unfortunately, Pixie did the worst thing that someone in her position could do. Rather than seek legal recourse or make a public statement denouncing the violation of her consent and dignity that these leaks represented,
a harem is haram, lol.
She seems to have ultimately chosen to try and profit from the situation by extorting Destiny.
So she tried to... All right. So she put out the lie out there that she's above sleeping with Destiny by sleeping in Destiny and then went to blackmail him. I'm supposed to feel bad for her. No, I'm not. Decided not to this time. It's not career-based. It's not anything of the sort. It's just that these people are slime.
Oh, yeah, you're right, by the way.
And people, I fucking joke around with Ginny or do the love phone thing, and people call me a creep. I've never done anything like this.
Person who finds themselves a victim of revenge pornography has several valid actions they can take. Let's go over 3. First, they can seek legal recourse. In fact, there is a federal law on the books as of 2022 that allows victims of non-consensual exchanging of explicit material to be compensated up to $150,000, and that's even if the leaks were not...
Now they're all lawyers. Looked it up on Wikipedia.
necessarily done maliciously, but only with reckless disregard for the consent of the victims.
Okay.
The victims may even have
And
their
actually, I don't know if this wasn't done maliciously, because it wasn't done to say, hey, look, this girl did me wrong, and here's her, boobs, or this is her having sex to humiliate her. This was, I'm showing somebody privately, and then that person got hacked. So I don't. It's definitely reckless, but it's definitely not malicious. But who gives a fuck? Let Stardust argue with people over this. This is not for me.
identity concealed. Second, they may make a public statement denouncing the person who leaked the materials and violated their consent. And in fact, this can be done in conjunction with the first option I mentioned. And finally, they can choose to do nothing. They can stay silent and hope that it all blows over. And this is their right.
Thanks for telling me and speaking to me like a kindergartner in your deep fucking pirate software voice.
Pixie
Yeah, fucking
did not do any of
Mama Max voice.
Yeah, I wonder about him now too.
Yeah.
It's like, because he said he even went on and said it was a second puberty. I'm so embarrassed. I saw that video weeks before the WoW debacle, and I even showed my wife. I was like, yeah, you can have a second puberty. Look at this guy. And I'm like, what a fucking idiot I was for that, because I legitimately saw that movie. So there you go. There's proof right there that I don't care that all my takes are perfect. I don't care. I told you something that I didn't have to fucking tell you that made me look stupid. I want to have fun. That's it. Really, that's the truth.
In an exchange that I have learned has since been circulated among the entire commentary community on YouTube and virtually everyone in Destiny's circle, Not So Erudite can be seen haggling with Pixie over the amount of money that would be appropriate
Can she see? That's what I want to know.
for Destiny to pay her to not involve the court system or to denounce him publicly. First, Pixie uses the implicit threat of her impending
Let's see. Pixie uses the
the court system or to denounce him publicly. First, Pixie uses the implicit threat of her impending suicide and a scheduled note announcing it to pressure Destiny to pay out a significant sum of money, and then later
Oh my god. I'm supposed to feel bad for her?
switches to vague threats of public denunciations and legal action. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, her friend Straightraid was colluding to advise Destiny to offer to help her financially as penance to stave off her threats of self-harm. A situation that would obviously be a reputational disaster for Destiny. Note, Straightraid
Yeah, but you gotta kill yourself. For it to work.
Like a few cuts.
These
just
ego
to
man,
get
maybe
going.
a few cuts would do it. Maybe write Destiny in your
Yeah.
arm or something like that. That'll do it. She's got a large head.
has also explicitly said that she did not consider the
What's with the 1970s haircut? Like, my mom had that haircut when she gave birth to me.
situation serious enough to warrant a wellness check. As revealed in earlier DMs between Pixie and Destiny prior to this conversation with Not So Erudite, Pixie and her friend Straightraid had used the specter of her impending suicide to alarm Destiny enough that he would be receptive to suggestions of financial compensation. Apparently, Pixie was hopeful from the beginning that she could get as much as a $1 million payout from Destiny, which Straightraid had to repeatedly talk her down from. The condition of this financial
That's not
compensation
fucking happening.
Yeah, that's why she's pissed
$1
off.
million.
That's why she wants an apology. You cheated her out $1 million.
You fucking piece of shit, Sunday. You have any idea how many fucking logic reads those are? Those are like 2 fucking logic reads.
You know what would be really funny, and this is, I'm
Shit.
not saying that. Wouldn't it be funny if she knew she was recorded, but she was saving it for a rainy day? That would be hysterical.
is, of course, Pixie's
like a fucking
continued
Inception.
silence. This would seem to imply that Pixie's decision to not go
4D
public
chess move.
is
Hold on a second, let's go back. That's so funny to me.
had to repeatedly talk her down from. The condition of this financial compensation is, of course, Pixie's continued silence. This would seem to imply that Pixie's decision to not go public is not because she is afraid of the repercussions, or else she wouldn't be threatening Destiny directly with legal action or public denunciations,
This is the part she wanted you to leave out, President Sunday.
but because she wants to profit
Happy Martin Luther King Day, by the way.
personally off of extorting Destiny,
Happy Trump Inauguration Day, by the way.
who also, it must be remembered, is a
Happy
victim
Vindication Day, by the way.
of
And what
revenge.
did Trump call it? What did he call it? Happy
Liberation Day?
Happy Liberation Day. It's L Day because all the liberals take an
Yeah,
L.
dude.
Porn. Destiny may be the decision to not go public is not because she is afraid of the repercussions, or else she wouldn't be threatening Destiny directly with legal action or public denunciations, but because she wants to profit personally off of extorting.
Oh, and that's one other thing I want to go. Let's rewind a second. voice Nicholas Diorio when she goes through. All right, we missed something. Hold on a second. We'll go back to 1948. Oh, that's an easy name to. My dad was born. So hang on a second. I just want to point something out real quick. Hold on.
Rather than seek legal recourse or Pixie mass harassment of someone who is in fact a victim of revenge porn.
Are you sure? Because that's not what you told Nick.
I'm gonna stop. It's objectively not revenge porn.
Yeah.
That's not the issue. People
Maybe
saying
President Sunday doesn't believe this bullshit either, and this is just a means to an end. He actually put this video out.
Let's play that again, Tommy.
Let's do that again. Hold on. Let's go back.
of someone who is in fact a victim of revenge porn. Unfortunately,
okay, victim of revenge porn. Let's go back.
Revenge porn because they're going to argue 50 different fucking definitions.
It's objectively. I'm just going to stop. It's objectively not revenge porn.
Yeah.
Like that's not the issue. People saying that are as stupid as people saying it's about him being gay. That is not the issue at all.
I view it in a similar manner, not in a malicious sense, but more like non-consensual releasing of private sex.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
Nick,
sure.
Nick is the drama guy, and he's supposed to be the stupid one. It's so fucking funny to me. Like how we're supposed to be the dumb ones.
This group are eager to laugh at the hypocrisy of one of them, even if it means joining in the mass harassment of someone who is in fact a victim of revenge porn.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Dan.
Unfortunately,
revenge porn.
It's weird because this is one of those where it's like we're talking about potential non-consensual. I don't want to say revenge porn because
I don't want to say revenge porn because Nick is doing what Nick does best: crossing T's, dotting I's, and being smart. And the college-educated guy, by the way, Nick is college-educated, but he doesn't need to wear it in his fucking sleeve. He dresses in hoodies and baseball hats like me.
We're gonna argue 50 different fucking definitions.
And these guys with books behind them like fucking do this.
Objectively, I'm just going to stop. It's objectively not revenge porn.
They're all geniuses, and I'm a moron. Go. By the way, this is the other team. And by the way, he released this whole thing. It's so funny that he forgot about it. He crossed every T and dotted every I. Right? He released this thing, and you can listen, and you can come to the conclusion really easy when you listen to this that he had every intention to rope Willie, rope Tom, and rope Nick, and then fucking hedged on it after he talked to Nick. Because it's just like, I'll give all the credit. He called it a huge game of chicken. And that's what it was. And he lost. Sunday lost. Now back to 1948.
And then later switches to vague threats of public denunciations and legal action.
Yeah, that wasn't leaked. A wrong for practice. Ultimately, any streamer girl who has their news leaked is entitled to a financial compensation. They've generally lost money. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, good point.
Meanwhile, behind the scenes, her friend Straight Raid was colluding to advise Destiny to...
What was that?
It's her copyright if her fucking news get leaked.
I know. Good point.
offer to help her financially as penance to stave off her threats of self-harm. A situation that would obviously be a reputational disaster for Destiny. Note, Straight Raid has also explicitly said that she did not consider the situation serious enough to warrant a wellness check. As revealed in earlier DMs between Pixie and Destiny prior to this conversation with Not So Erudite, Pixie and her friend Straight Raid had used the specter of her impending suicide to alarm Destiny enough that he would be receptive to suggestions of financial...
I didn't even know with this drama that apparently I've been roped in. Here's the thing. I think you would have been roped in. And I'll send you this right now privately. And you tell me you would have been roped in. I think the plan was to rope you in. By the way, that's my theory. There's no 100% proof that you were going to get roped in. I'm going to send this to you, Willie, privately, why I think that's the case. And then you tell me, you watch it in your own time there, Willie Mack, if you think that was the case. This is what gave me the impression that you and Tom would have gotten roped in. Let's see. Somehow, because I think they wanted to say you were all complicit. And after talking, it's pretty clear that nobody was, right? And why? Because you're fucking Odin Hassan, more than likely. They see you as a threat. They see you as power. They want that power. It's that simple. So you watch that there, Willie Mac, and let me know. I've already played it on here.
Compensation. Apparently, Pixie was hopeful from the beginning that she could get as much as a $1 million payout from Destiny, which Straighter Aid had to repeatedly talk her down from. The condition of this financial compensation is, of course, Pixie's continued silence.
Yes.
This would seem to imply that Pixie's decision to not go public is not because she is afraid of the repercussions, or else she wouldn't be threatening Destiny directly with legal action or public denunciations, but because she wants to profit personally off of extorting Destiny, who also, it must be remembered, is a victim of revenge porn. Destiny may be the—
Wait a minute. Are you sure about that, sir? Are you sure?
Potential. Non-consensual. I don't want to say revenge porn because they're going to argue 50 different fucking
maybe you're right.
It's
definitions.
objectively, I'm just going to stop. It's objectively not revenge porn.
Thanks for clarifying, guy with books behind him.
The one responsible for the leaker having the images in the first place, but he shared them recklessly, not maliciously. And of course, he has endured public humiliation as—
These e-thoughts are not worth a mill. You're wrong. This one is, because this is probably going to cost him one.
well
At
for
least.
this. Destiny's close
And future earnings, which could be millions. So you're wrong.
friend and podcast co-host Dan Saltman,
What did Dan
the
do?
CEO of Redact, had also reportedly gone behind Destiny's back to
Reportedly. Nice.
How the fuck do we know that?
This
By the
guy's
way,
a genius. And this guy thought he was smarter than Nick.
Yeah. By the way, Dan responded in Dan's stream. Oh.
I told Kyla that she can't be trusted. Dan contacted Pixie a couple weeks ago as well, according.
Your audio got a bit weird for me. I can't hear you.
What's that? Huh? Something happened? Did I got frames? Are you here? Hello? Something?
Tommy, your mic is fucked. I can't hear you.
You cannot hear me. I think it's just here. I think it's just this one. Can you hear me, chat? Put it on the chat if you hear me. I think it's just this one.
to advise Pixie to make financial demands of Destiny, as well as to ask her to dissuade Destiny from taking
Why would my mic be out? I've been saying the mic is fucked? Really? Odd.
Okay, buddy.
Am I good now? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me? You can't hear me. What happened? How's that possible? Hello there.
Yeah, still nothing. I can't hear you, man. And neither can the stream. Oh, that's weird, chat.
Hello.
Well, we'll
what about
get
now?
to it.
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Hello, chat. That's weird.
Did you like a?
Yeah, I did. I turned it on and off. That's exactly what I did. One second.
Yeah.
I just want to double check. Default microphone, whatever. Check. You good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Put ones in chat if you can hear me, and we'll continue this stuff.
Just turn your screen share back on for me.
Screen sharing back? Okay, surely. We back. Okay, I don't know what happened. Destiny cut Tommy's mic.
Destiny tried to silence us.
Yes, he tried to silence me. I'll get you in a minute, Agent. Dan contacted.
Yeah, Agent has something for you.
Yeah, I know. Dan, let me get this through because I don't like getting ahead of myself. I like let's.
I know.
Okay.
I told him.
Dan contacted Pixie a couple weeks ago. According to what she told me, he basically said, ask Steven for a reasonable amount of money and he'd probably pay it. He wanted, plus he wanted her to convince her not to take legal action against KF, which he's considered.
legal action against Kiwi Farms for hosting the leaks. Pixie has since said nothing publicly. There has been no evidence of legal proceedings being pursued, and she has seemingly ceased communications with the people she was previously working with, instead posting on X about taking the
So let her get her fucking bag, bruh.
LSAT in pursuit of law school. It appears as though her attempt to extort Destiny has probably paid off, albeit at the expense of every other person Destiny has victimized.
He probably convinced himself he had paid her already. Because he had to get it. Because this guy's an A-logger, from what I understand. It's fucking tunnel vision, man. Not smart journalism.
In the past and will victimize in the future. And so we can see the circuit completing itself. Destiny seeks out vulnerable women in his community who are enamored.
I don't think this girl's vulnerable at all.
Yeah, she got a
Not
job.
this particular one. I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure that happened. But this particular girl, the Pixie girl, what's vulnerable about her? She sounds like she's playing the game as well.
By his fame and success, he engages them intimately and records the interactions. Then he hoards these recordings and he shares them with reckless abandon, even occasionally threatening their release if the people in them do something to displease him. And when finally, the obvious result of recklessly...
By the way, Willie wrote me back. Why is it always the people who breathe through their mouths, man? Yeah, they were gonna get you. They were gonna get you, Willie. They were gonna get you, Tom.
Sharing these intimate images with strangers occurs, and they are publicly exposed for all to see to the detriment of these people's reputations, mental health, and safety. He is able to buy off his victims and use their purchased silence as moral ammunition to shut down...
Sounds like he hadn't paid that girl a dime yet.
anyone who would try to hold him accountable for what is clearly grossly unethical conduct.
Yes.
Destiny and the web he has created around himself is creating victims. And if it is allowed to continue, it will create more. I urge everyone to pay attention and to warn people about the danger they are putting themselves into by engaging with Destiny and his community. These are people who have been handpicked for their willingness to not just remain passive in the wake of intimate and potentially life-ruining abuse, but to also become accomplices in silencing the victims. And the victims are also selected, either for mental illness, allowing them to be easily
So
construed...
Pixie's mentally ill?
Maybe because like she was hot. That's probably why.
What
She was
is there a
relatively
possibility? I don't know. Like,
attractive
I'm
girl.
not a doctor or anything, and this is like, maybe I shouldn't throw this word out there so easily. But is it a possibility that she's a hoe?
Whoa. Where did you get your medical degree, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm way out of line there. I saw her. I take that. I disavow.
Calm down, right? Calm down.
Disavow.
Let's debate that. Oh wait.
Let's debate that. You'll see me in a square with Stardust and Queeman and fucking Chud and Destiny's friend Dan called Turkey Tom so he could clear this up. Okay, here we go.
Whatever. Yeah. I don't know if everything you're sending me in DMs is stuff you want me to leak, but yeah, we can have a chat if you want. He's calling. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, so kind of a crazy day.
Silencing victims?
Hey, huh?
Yeah. There was like a good meme that was posted.
Oh wait a minute, this is like a 14-minute video. Isn't there a thing that he made a statement too?
10 minutes.
That.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
that's why I pulled I want an agent in here.
All right, get agent. Pull agent.
Pulled him up.
Okay,
Pull
buddy.
agent. Pull agent. First, are
Hey,
you going?
agent.
You're gonna blow my ears
Am I?
from hitting your desk?
I can
Okay, fine. Thank you, Bryce. Is there something wrong with my fucking crazy ass mic here? That's what I want to know. Hold on a minute. I don't know the sounds in here yet. I'm still getting used to like what I can get away with and what I can't. It's a 90%. There you go. Okay. No. I want to read the statement Dan put out first. Pixie Substack, is that gone now? All right, no, that's still there. All right, here's it. I've been told. Let's see, this Dan's talking about. I've been told out the payment might not be worth the harassment, and my attention I will receive. In an ideal world, I would do this privately, but have been told there is no realistic way the court will grant me anonymity. This means my only option is public. I have been told by a variety of people not to go public, most notably Destiny's anti-Twitch crusader Dan Saltman. I have been told by some people that Steven really does feel sorry, but I am included. But I'm inclined to believe, especially taking into considerations his actions regarding me, regardless of what Destiny did, is unacceptable, and I believe he will do this again unless he faces justice. That's Dan Saltman. What?
Now, we were told.
What the fuck is this?
You and I.
I think this is Pixie. This
That's
is either
Pixie,
Pixie
yeah.
or someone within Pixie's circle
Yeah.
saying this.
Okay, so Dan. So did Dan
About
put out
Dan.
did Dan put out a written statement before we watched this Tom thing?
Dan has not put out a written statement.
Okay, so
this
this is it.
is
This is
Dan's
it.
Got
Got it.
as
Okay.
of Tom's stream, like 10 minutes or whatever,
let's
however
go.
long ago.
Let's go.
But probably without. Anyways, yes.
Lowering.
I don't know. The whole thing is really fucked up situation. I don't understand why where this thing came from. As I said, I talked to Pixie one time. I'm on good terms with her, and you know, when we talked, she was just like asking for advice.
Yeah, I just want to point out that that video did not have a lot of Dan Saltman guilt on it. He just said it. He just accused him. There really wasn't a lot backing that up, except third-hand information.
And Destiny would probably be upset because I did like the opposite of sweeping. I was basically, she was asking like, you know, about a bunch of legal shit, and I was to the point where I was like, well, let me see if I can find some attorneys to recommend to you. Well, I wasn't like pushing one thing or the other. You won't find any logs or any crazy shit like that of me.
Well, yeah, President Sunday didn't find anything.
Doing anything.
How much you want to bet? Like you know, what did I just accuse fucking this douchebag of? He's gonna rope Nick. He's gonna rope Willie. He's gonna rope Tom. Right? What are the odds that he'd rope the guy that's so pro-Israel? What are the odds of that? Maybe
How much do you know?
I just feel a lot more than you know. A lot more than you know.
I'm just making sure you knew that he was recorded without his permission.
Oh yes, I do.
Yeah, we know.
I don't think it mattered. I think it's like irrelevant. Believe I know. I've been doing this since fucking 4 o'clock, about midnight your time.
They don't exist.
Okay. I mean, the only thing she said, as far as I could tell, is that you advised her that going public might be bad for her. Which...
what she was at the time. So the first something to be clear of, like before this happened, right? Because this was all obviously way after the Kiwi Farms thread and everything else. At that point, like people already, like a bunch of people already knew. So like the whole going public thing didn't make sense. I think she was concerned is that she didn't want it to spread, and I thought that was, you know, if that's your ultimate goal, like that makes sense.
Right? That's it. Dan, if she said she doesn't want to spread it or indicated that or in any way, Dan has no choice but to keep it quiet. What was he accused of? He was accused of silencing these peoples, and he's saying he had a good relation. Unless Pixie contradicts Dan, he's off. He's off. And it just looks like, I don't know, my theory is correct, and he was trying to kill several birds in one stone. People that he saw as political threats, more than likely, if I had to guess.
Right?
Yeah.
So
that was my impression, because I was hearing about this stuff, and I was under the impression that she didn't want any of it to be public. So I was like, she is the victim, so I'm not going to, right? Yeah,
she didn't. That was the number one concern, is like anything she did would draw attention to it. And I was like, well, I'll
go one step further. She was waiting. She didn't want anybody to do it because she wanted to see if Destiny would pay out first. And when she was absolutely sure he wouldn't, she was going to go public.
I would agree with that. So that's why she was asking about the legal stuff.
Destiny is like cancer on bread tube. It keeps spreading damage. Well, keep spreading, that's for sure.
Because that could be potentially completely private. But at no point was I like, don't do...
Bread tube is awful because it attracts people that want to be seen as smart. Whether they are or not is kind of irrelevant.
This, don't do that. You know...
We want to see, it attracts people that want to be seen as virtuous, people that want to change the world, which is always the worst batch of people you can find.
To be clear, I think like the person...
The ones that want to do good are the worst every time.
Most at fault here is that...
I'm not saying every individual. I'm saying it attracts the worst. We're a do-gooding force, and then here come the psychopaths.
Hacker, but you know that's not what anyone is specifically talking about right now. But
sure,
well, I mean, I think the point...
Policemen, lawyers, it flocks them in. Psychopaths don't normally want to be firemen.
To be made, though, is like the hacker never...
This is what I hate about politics. Everybody protects the most degenerate people until it's cool to throw them under the bus. Well, it's nothing new and sounds like Washington to me.
Never would have had that in the first place if Destiny hadn't been sending this around, right? Which, to be clear, you do seem to believe that to be the case, right?
Can you pause?
Yeah.
What was up? Go ahead.
The goal timer ended. Can you just increase it again?
I gotta start putting it for a fucking hour.
Yeah, it needs to be for longer.
The goal is ended. I keep on forgetting. I'm not good with this goal shit. Everybody else is making a fucking pile on it but me because I'm stupid. This sucks. Alright, goal again. Goal again. I'll tell you what, I'll give you something. I'll run around this arcade like a moron. I'll actually give you something. How about that? And you only got 30 minutes too. I will run around like an idiot because I have space to do that now. You can
I saw it earlier.
Show your friends. I don't give a fuck. I don't need credibility on YouTube. I will run around like an idiot, like literally around this arcade, like a moron. If you hit this one,
like a chicken with his head out.
I don't think I'm gonna have to do it because I don't think you guys got it in you. Boy, that's manipulation, ain't it?
But I can also put it another way, right? So you shouldn't have sent that around. I'm not going to defend that. But in the same part, like, I don't think 100% of the blame, even though that's bad, it's like, as an example, a shitty example, but let's say that me and you are in a relationship and you've sent me your dick pics and we've been sending dick pics back and forth. And then your Discord gets hacked and someone leaks it. Like, how much are you at fault there, right?
Right, but the point, but
it's for a court to decide.
But the point is that Destiny also, which you seem to think is the case, sent it to other people outside of the relationship. It's more like if you and I are in a relationship, and I've seen your cock, and I send it to Nicholas Diorio, and Nicholas Diorio gets hacked.
Then he laughs, and he shows it to Tommy C, who laughs.
At which point you find out I've been sending pictures of your cock around.
Yeah, exactly. That's not good.
So we
just had an incident like that in our community, so we're experts.
To be clear, this is true, right?
What's true?
That he leaked her nudes without her consent.
That's what Pixie says on this type of thing. I don't have any inside information onto that front besides what.
You haven't talked to Steve about this?
I mean, I've talked to him briefly about it, but now it's like I'm a little bit nervous to say too much. Everyone getting sued, and I certainly don't want to get dragged into all of that fucking nonsense or anything along those lines.
Too late.
But I'll say that Pixie says that she didn't consent to that, and that's not good if that's the case, right? I think we can both agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, at least based on the DMs.
He's like the pop punk of RedTube. He's Green Day. He used to call them RedTube despite openly saying he's got more in common with them than the moderate left, the right person. Yeah, you're right. He's rancid. He's Green Day.
I mean, why would he? I guess my question is based on the messages.
The thing,
that
why am I cautious to say anything? Is because I just don't know what could have been the case. Like, I'm not going to say.
That's fair, and I understand.
Yeah. He's not minor threat.
Not for sure. I guess for me,
am I right, Austin? He's no minor threat.
The reason why it seems to be the case to me is because in his DMs with her and Kyla's DMs with
again, I'm not sweeping for Kyla or for Destiny. I only sweep for myself. That's it.
That's fair. Just ignore chat. Ignore chat. I don't think you're sweeping. For me,
I think you're sweeping.
Me, it seems to be the case.
I think we'll all be accused of sweeping.
It's because of the direct acknowledgement of wrongdoing. Right. And for example, Erudite saying, oh, well, Steven needs to understand nothing like this will ever happen again. And he feels so sorry for what happened. Like, if there was consent, why would there be acknowledgement of wrongdoing if Pixie had previously consented to the DMs, right? Or to the news being sent around, right? That's kind of my conclusion. And I assume Kyla wouldn't be trying to imply that unless that was the case.
I know this sounds strange. I actually speak with Kyla almost never.
So I guess we just say if he's telling the truth, the odds of him suppressing what's her face is slim and none. Right, Agent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At all. It's very rarely. It was for booking stuff, and now we actually I'm finding a new person for doing booking. I
remember when I heard I kind of like him. I probably wouldn't have any comments in politically, but I always kind of liked a Dan Can stream. He seemed like an okay guy that wasn't like totally ingrained in this shit, just somewhat. So I always felt but when I heard he's really fucking doing that, I mean, that guy's not a moron. He might sound stupid sometime because let's take, is that Bunty King? Bunty King is Nicholas Diorio. That I was so relieved when he said that. You know why? Because it just tells me he doesn't live for this shit. He just is entertained by it and wants to get paid for it, which I could completely identify with. I'm sure he gets paid a lot more than I ever did. So I just it was just, that's not a good reason to think that somebody would do something fucking not do something terrible. But it just didn't, I don't know, it didn't line up with my sort of view of him. And I'm always willing to say, hey, I was wrong. But yeah, it's just something about this. Why is he dragging? I bet because he's fucking burying Twitch. I think there's a political motivation. What a shock.
Not because of anything, because of this, but I genuinely don't.
You think he blows Destiny? Well, maybe he does that, and maybe he does that too. I don't know. I'm just some dumb guy in Germany. Don't look at me.
No.
My team's gonna get relegated to the 4th league. All right. I got bigger problems.
About that situation, I talked to Pixie one time because she wanted legal advice. That was it. One time. Okay.
Right.
And at no point of that was I doing anything along the lines of suggesting she didn't do anything or anything else. That's all that I'm really speaking to here on my front. I'm not retarded. I've met you. I'm not going to throw myself under the bus telling someone that they shouldn't do that.
That's fair.
Jesus fucking Christ. That would be insane.
Yeah.
Literally nuts to do.
So she called him, according to him, I think I need a lawyer. Here's a lawyer. You can call these guys. He went right to the Jewish guy, Saltman. Yeah, I'd do that too. I don't think that makes him a bad person.
So that was it.
If I Shot for the Point. I don't know, it pisses him off. Good verse. Listen up. Shot for the Point today is sponsored by Musty, an Israeli Jew. And all the Shot for the Points are sponsored by Musty, the guy who bought my Starlink. From now on, and I'm ashamed of myself. Musty, the Israeli Jew, that I forgot to say that just for no other reason than to piss first off. Thank you.
She asked for legal advice.
Long live Israel.
Yeah, I gave it to her, even though it was probably to the detriment of Steve to a certain extent. The things that I was saying, but I was just that's what I did.
I would go to Musty if I needed a lawyer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I haven't seen any evidence of you doing anything fucked up. So
Musty's so fun. Musty's so Jewish. He was looking at the pay rates for people to install the satellite. He's like, yeah, very expensive in Germany. Those employee rates are. He's so funny.
There's that.
We got it done without it. I actually overspent.
You won't, because it doesn't exist. Mainly because, yeah. Well. Yeah. Oh, and I'm trying to think what else might come up with me specifically. Yeah, I did the thing about Kiwi Farms. I said it was stupid to sue Kiwi Farms.
Who's Musty? He's the guy who bought my internet.
Stand by that. I think that's a lose situation across the fucking board.
Yeah, that wouldn't go anywhere. Yeah.
The only winner in that situation ever is going to be lawyers and attorneys. So that's why I said that, because it's true. Yeah, that's it. So I don't want to make this a whole fucking thing or anything else along those lines. I don't know. There's a lot of people in this situation right now that are also I see Lauren De Laguna made the fundraiser. President Sunday fucking hates Steve. I'm just. I
mean, to be clear, there are a lot of weird intentions around this, and even beyond that, anybody who's ever associated with Destiny is about to be accused of sweeping. And that's going to happen. But realistically, I think that stuff will die off as the sort of more important factors come into play regarding the people who are actually involved, which, as far as I can tell right now, seems to be Destiny, seems to be Kyla. And, as far as anybody else that did anything wrong, maybe I'm misremembering. I can't see anything yet. But, yeah, it seems to be pretty fucking bad, dude. It seems to be pretty fucking bad. Apparently, Steven is making a statement in a few hours.
Yes. Is he up there? Tell me if that goes live. I'll cut off immediately. Guys?
Let you know.
Yeah.
If he goes live, I'm shutting down. I'm not gonna...
I don't think he's going to go live. I think it's a written statement.
I guess.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's probably. He's probably going to sue everybody.
I don't have anything to say about
That's great. More venom to drown in.
that because you're...
I genuinely don't know what the fuck he's going to say. But I assume it'll be like every other statement he does with vlogs and all sorts of other shit, because that's what Steve does, always. So...
Sellouts for monthly ISP. What did I sell out for? I like the guy. Fucking donor. I took the donation. I put it up. He says he likes me. He likes what I do. And sell out for anything. And by the way, he didn't say sponsored by Musty. It was my idea. It was because the only way I could think to repay him. And that's the least I could do. I like the guy. And you know what else he's going to do? You know what else he's going to do? He's going to teach me how to invest so I can earn more for my family. You call me a
He's going to buy you a
No,
yarmulke.
no. He's going to teach me how to make money. He's going to teach like small investments. And he's not. And you know why I know he's legit? Because he hasn't asked me for a nickel. Because that's when the crooks get you. And the shysters. This caught some. He's like, no, I'm going to show you how things are. That's a nice person. He's teaching me how to fish. He's not just giving me the fish. It's a good person.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just marry him already. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well,
maybe it's because I grew up with a lot of Jews. I get the feeling a lot of Americans aren't around Jews ever because they don't live in New York or Chicago or LA. I grew up with Jews, so I mean it's like no big deal. And he's from Boston, not too far from me either.
I appreciate you.
Awkward.
He's gonna learn because I'm a mensch. Now I'm gonna learn Hebrew. Now I'm gonna learn Yiddish because I actually speak some Yiddish already because I speak some German, which is essentially Yiddish.
Spot to be put into, but
yeah, for me too. But yes, I understand you as his co-host are in a very awkward position.
What do you think about that as a meme? That's too much to post, right? Publicly.
You want me to click on this?
Yeah, you can click on that. You can play that.
Okay, let me see this.
I need a new dust filter for my Hoover Max Extract Pressure Pro Model 60. Can you help me with?
All right, I guess it's all goofs here. Is there anything else I should know about this? Or do we get all
good? No, that was kind of it. I mean, Dan's whole involvement was just Pixie, or was just telling Pixie like, "Hey, might not be wise to go."
Well, that's what he claims. We don't. I don't trust anybody, including Dan Saltman. I'd be a little surprised, but if something pops up, But you know what? Nothing would also surprise me less than a guy that says this after he makes a video about revenge porn.
It's weird because this is one of those where it's like we're talking about potential, non-consensual. I don't want to say revenge porn because they're going to argue 50 different fucking definitions.
It's objectively, I'm just going to stop. It's objectively not revenge porn.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Remember, he said this before the video was posted. It's too fucking funny. That guy's a minor leaguer. All right, and somebody in our close. This is Cope and Seed. Do you want to?
Yeah, he kind of
botched it too.
It up a little bit.
Part 1, part 2. That's 20
So
minutes.
in summary, he just kind of like reads the DMs out and releases statements.
Jason Leakers. Well, we want to hear. Maybe we should just listen to his conclusion. We know all this war shit. Yeah, let's listen to his conclusion. Fuck it. That seems fun. Maybe we won't do another one.
Empanada has come out with a video titled "Destiny is a sex criminal, shared porn of multiple people without consent."
There's another winner, Empanada. Another winner. Guy changes fucking tweets to make him look like fucking pedophiles and stuff. Another winner. He's an Australian that lives in South America because they're impoverished, and he's probably got a lot of daddy's and mommy's money while he fights the good fight for the Palestinian. Another winner.
The spiraling situation is what led to Sunday coming to me.
All horrible people.
He was aware already that I'd been looking
and
for
I don't even care if you think, Tommy, that's going too far. Okay, fine, fair enough. I like it. I just think it's funny.
these DMs, and was aware at the very least of their existence. Because he wanted to provide a fuller context for them, rather than just me releasing them in a tweet, he offered this wider conversation with Straighter Aid, hoping it could help fill in any blanks.
This is the guy that I've talked to this guy before, right?
Yeah.
This is the guy Verst hates, right?
Along with any outstanding leaks or information which I may not have. I have attempted to present this information with as little bias as possible. I really just want to provide you with a wider context for what has been happening.
Who's more insufferable, the American high and mighty talk or the English high and mighty talk? You're an Arab. You go.
They both suck. Well, the British they like own my country, so I guess they suck a bit more.
They suck even more.
Within the DGG machine. I personally never sought out the Destiny leaks. I have now read more of Destiny's Kiwi farm page than I ever wanted to. And while, if I'm being...
No, you loved every minute of it, and you couldn't wait to post it, because you're going to get a fucking 10, 20, 30,000 views.
Frank, I'm not surprised or stunned or shocked by the leaks. I'm not a Destiny fan and never have been. But I've never hated the guy either.
Really?
Unfortunately for me, This story is one that is basically impossible to ignore.
It's all right. I can ignore it. There's nothing to do with it.
Fair enough.
It's
All
absolutely nothing
right,
to
it's
do
time.
with it.
Real quick.
Sure.
Go back to the statements, the screenshot, Dan's screenshot. There's a reason for it. I'm gonna say it.
Which one?
The one on the left, next to further left. Left. Keep going. That one. The photo. That one. Yeah. So this screenshot is from the video that we just watched, from Beckett's video, and we had explicit permission for the show to say that Dan had no idea where this fucking came from. Dan did not write this.
Dan, that's what he says. Dan says that. I've been told that the payout might not have been worth the harassment attention I received. And in the ideal world, I would do this privately. But I've been told there's no realistic way in court that would grant me anonymity. And you know what? This is a statement. This is like we usually this.
It reads off. It reads off as a fucking
screenshots at the very least, and sometimes they're not enough. This means there's only one. The only option is public. I've been told by a variety of people not to go public, most notably Destiny anti-Twitch crusader Dan Saltman. So he says this never happened.
Is this not Pixie talking?
Yeah, this never happened.
This never happened whatsoever.
If Pixie is speaking for Dan, but even though it says Dan on the bottom, I just want to say that before we get accused of fucking sweeping.
This is in Cope and C's video, or this was in
yes. This was in Cope and See this
Good luck, buddy.
video.
Good luck.
Yeah, I just want to throw that out there.
By the way, Verse hates him. I don't. Beckett L. There's I don't know. I have no idea. I'm making no comment on it whatsoever. I don't really want to. I'll be honest with you. I'm sweeping. I don't want to necessarily throw one of my closest friends, Matt Pitt's partners, under the bus. If he fucks it up, I'll say so. But if I don't know for sure,
the reason why I'm saying it is just to avoid being
the confusion. Okay, gotcha. Thanks, Joe. Thank you. But yeah, if he fucked it, and he better come clean and say
because like we had exclusive permission,
and I can still I'm not gonna totally bash him if he did, but I'm not going out and saying without a doubt that he fucked it. All right, I will be suing Stephen Kenneth Bonnell this second. Talks like. How are you suing Destiny works? I'm suing whatever. On November 29th, I learned streamer Destiny had non-consensually shared pornographic material online. My dignity, my peace of mind, your modesty, my hopes for the future were stripped away in a mere matter of seconds following the betrayal of someone I previously trusted. My hopes for the future. If you were trying to blackmail him, I don't buy that, if that's true. I am at least the third person who he's done this to. I hope it is the last. I will not be commenting on the experience of other women he has hurt. It is not my place or story to tell. However, I will share my story with the hopes of preventing this from occurring again. I've known Destiny about 5 to 6 years now, and I often find myself in heavy disagreement with him. Despite this, I do my best to see all sides of people. By what? Trying my hardest to spread positivity. That's always a bad sign. And create an understanding where I can. It's corny. It's also probably not true. But I want to meet people where they are and focus on which way we can build bridges together. Only women talk like that, and male politicians together before a better future for it. Some of us call it the fault of mine. They might claim I was naive and should be more careful. I don't think you're naive at all. I think you knew exactly what you're doing. I think by telling people you weren't sleeping with Destiny to seem more empowered and actually sleeping with Destiny because the reality of the situation, that was the path of least resistance. I don't think you're a victim all that much. If you are a victim, it's in legal definition only. How about that? Those people are right. When I was 19, over 5 years ago, I was extremely sexually experienced and sheltered. You're still an adult. What if it was your daughter? She would still be an adult. Because I know that one comes, I've been hearing that one more and more. She's almost an adult as it is. There's nothing I can say about it. I try to throw my daughter. Like, guess what? She's an adult too. Barely being severely terrified of leading
someone on or
SA. I thought I could trust Destiny.
Hey, buddy. Oh. Bad choice.
That was your first mistake.
And I'm so sorry, but she was naive.
That's
She was 19. Get the
experience.
fuck out of here! I don't care.
It's an experience.
Freshly 19, Tommy. She was freshly 19. You sick fuck.
I thought I could trust Destiny with multiple long conversations regarding consent and boundaries. Well, no, all right, let me tell you something. I'm gonna pretend. I'm gonna pretend for a second. I'm going to pretend for a second that everything she should say is true. No man talks about consent and boundaries. No, it never comes up. It never comes up. It only comes up for guys that are trying to fucking get in your pants because you're like a aspiring lefty, like they are, and it comes up with weirdos. That's it. No guy worth his salt talks about consent and boundaries. It's not a very interesting topic. It has nothing to do with sports. It has nothing to do with pussy, and it has nothing to do with work. All right, that's it. That's all guys talk about: sports, pussy, work. That's it. That's all. That's it. Okay, throw some gaming in there if they don't do sports and they're fucking autistic on Sonic or whatever the fuck it is. But that's it. Sorry, they're that simple. They're very, very simple people, and they cannot be shamed into being better men. It doesn't work. In fact, it just makes them come up with jokes. So you can imagine my surprise when I discovered he distributed pornographic content of me without my consent. Didn't shock me, and I never blew him or got blown by him. It's incredible. Yes, you read that right, Stephen. But Kenneth Monell II sent pornographic content of me to a random 19-year-old e-girl Discord kitten. What makes you not an e-girl? Whom I had never met before. And then she published it to the whole world. Rest assured, despite not having met her, he at least spoke of her plenty of times on the phone. Of course, this is what happened. If he knew her 5 or 6 years, all right, this is like 5 years ago when she's 19. Now she's 24, okay? She didn't know that. He was a womanizer. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? I knew he was a womanizer. And I've talked to him once for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. She knew him and didn't know he was a womanizer? Bullshit. Don't care. I don't care, says Pierre. I don't care. Of course, this would happen. I just think this is likely used. And the best thing is, like, this doesn't, like I said, this doesn't bother me. I don't give a flying fuck. But their community, but they're all their litmus tests and all their purity stuff and all their, I mean, God, liberals today are like, what do you call them? It's like a Victorian age over there. With their shame and
they're
all
like
this
sex
stuff.
pests.
Yeah, I know, and they're all sex pests. It's so funny. You realize, I can honestly say the sexual activity in the barracks, in the army in general, in the high school locker room, and all those places that I've been is 10 times more on the level, and probably less dangerous, which I wouldn't want to let a girl into that. I wouldn't want my daughter hanging around guys. Than this. They're way fucking weird, these guys. What happened to McDonald's and fucking going back to your apartment? I don't know.
Dark alley is probably safer than these guys.
Yes. Yeah, I generally believe that. My biggest nightmare is I find out my daughter went on post. And I would absolutely prefer it to be anywhere near that fucking jerk off we just watched Sunday. Fucking Destiny, any of his crowd, anybody of these online guys, all of them. I would prefer it because you know what? Let's be honest. Just about every German girl in the barracks in this town at one time or another. I would prefer it than these freaks. I think they're less likely to get uploaded and filmed. Betrayal, a couple hundred messages were filled with the sexual harassment and abuse, have left me feeling hopeless and devoid of all happiness. Now you didn't get paid. The only thing that's kept me going, I don't really care about any of this. He's suing them on this long. Whoever is next for Joe Rogan of the left is... Joe Rogan of the left. It cannot... the Joe Rogan of the left, he never had the talent. And it cannot be somebody that crosses sexual boundaries and violates consent and put women's well-being and safety at risk. He was already a womanizer. Everybody knows that. So why can't it be him? It cannot be someone who puts women in positions where they'll be sexually abused and harassed. It concerns me that Destiny had been interviewing potential DNC chair candidates. Yeah, I was Maureen Williams and Martin O'Malley. I have no idea what he's done. Yeah, he was actually done. When he talked about the cop or the fireman getting killed and took off the mask, he was done in DNC. And in fact, if he wasn't done, it would have been when he was much older than me that he could be a factor again. He's only about 20 years away. I can't help but being filled with Destiny might continue to succeed. He might. I won't put it past him.
Kind of depends on how.
It depends. It depends on his audience. Look, his audience has already showed that they don't give a fuck that he's doing this shit, or it hasn't been, or you can believe it hasn't been put into a context where they can swallow, so they can turn on. I've been told the payout may not be worth the harassment. I've been told the payout may not be worth the harassment and attention I will receive in an ideal world. I'd have more respect for her. I would have 10 times more respect for her if she said, I want a payout. Just that. I'm not going to be all this fucking political talking points bullshit. In an ideal world, I would do this privately. I'm sure you tried to. But I've been told there's no realistic way in the court. No, it came out in a video. With a court of the authority. This means my only option is public. I've been told by a variety of people not to go public. I've been told by some people that Stephen really does feel sorry for me, but I'm not inclined to believe him, especially since talking in consideration of these actions, regardless. That sounds a lot like this, doesn't it?
Yeah, that sounds like Dan and Erudite speaking to her.
But she doesn't mention Saltman in here. Where did fucking what's his name get that?
I think that's what he interpreted, like I just did right now. She's talking about Dan and Erudite.
Oh, this is a major fuck up.
Yeah, but like it's presented as if it's a quote or a fucking statement.
Yeah. Oh my god. This is one of our guys, right? This is one of our. This guy's in our recording, right?
Where we like jump to any conclusions. Oh no, hold on. Let me find the timestamp.
All right, okay, fine. Let's not throw him in. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Before like we jump to any conclusions.
Keep Destiny's thing open.
I've been told there might be a payout. Let's.
Here, I just say the timestamp.
Hold on a second. I have been told by a variety of people that I'll call it mostly known to be anti-Twitch crusader Dan Saltman. I've been told that there's no risk to grant and money. This means this is my only public option. I've been told not to go public. I've been told by some people that how did Dan Saltman get in there? And where did he get this before it came out? Well, how did he get this language?
Is it possible to get Beckett?
Yeah, get him in.
Maybe.
Get him. I tell you, and try to tell him that I'm not cornering him, because I in this community I could totally understand if he felt cornered. I want to know why this is so similar to this.
I just DM'd him. I think it's. Yeah. I'm looking at the video right now. I sent it to you.
Right. Here's where you're right. So I don't want to come off like a bastard. I'm going to start doing this more often unless they don't respect somebody. Right in there. But it's okay. If you don't want to talk about it, it's okay. I'm going to try to be ethical about this. Where did he get that? See, she dropped this after the video, correct? Today?
Yeah, she dropped this and
then
a few hours.
This has identical, this has identical stuff, and yet
maybe this was the original, and then it was changed before it was uploaded.
Yes.
How
possibly?
But isn't let me see the let's see the original.
Which is what screwed him over.
Oh well, that's why you don't do it till you talk to the victim.
Yeah.
Regarding
you may
Dan
have to go
Saltzman.
back, go back a few seconds.
Hold on.
Go back a few seconds. I kind of fucked up the timestamp. Go back.
Because this section is him reading what you just just read.
But he took Saltman out. Did she take Saltman? Maybe he did get screwed. And in this case, I don't feel fucking bad for him.
Because you gotta wait till these
girls are out.
In the video, it says when I was 20, but in the document, it says when I was 19. So she's either 24 or 25 right now.
Oh, God. He's 24 or 25. Let me see this. I've been told that a court case like this costs tens of thousands of dollars. I'm terrified. I mean, this guy talks about potentially suing Hassan as if it's for fun. Hassan actually has the resources to defend himself. I cannot imagine that I might try to do to me in the process. Sometimes I wonder if he's purposely trying to put me into fear into my heart as he casually talks about throwing money into a lawsuit with a multimillionaire who can fight back, as if he's indirectly flaunting / warning. Who is he talking about? I think we got to watch this whole Saltman thing.
Oh wait, President Sunday's in chat. I don't know if that's the real him or not.
Really?
There are multiple iterations of the statement. The one Beckett quoted is earlier. I helped with it. That is all I will tell you.
Way to go, Beckett. Way to go, Beckett.
And that is the real Sunday. Okay.
That's what okay, sure. All right, fine. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for clearing that up. You guys,
but
you motherfuckers jumped the gun too fucking quick. And I'll tell you this right now, Sunday. I think you were going to rope my friends. I think you were going to make them all complicit. And I don't know, maybe call me crazy. Maybe you tried to rope Saltman too, and you fucked it. And the only reason you rope my friends is because you talked to Nick. You try to make anybody that ever talked to Destiny, which, by the way, kills your fucking case. There's enough here to bury Destiny like 10 times over. But let me guess, you were so fucking... You know what killed the Red Baron? Tunnel vision. And you, sir, have television. You're an A-logger. And you got tunnel vision. You didn't need it. Just be honest. And I guarantee you were trying to fuck my friends over. You were going to shoot because you saw power as you saw it. You want it.
Because still it doesn't explain away why.
Why do we have? Why I want to know. I want to know why we have these wacko fucking leftists in fucking now recording now. Because I don't want to have anything to do with them. It's politics first. It's their religion first. Ugh. I tell you something. Now recording, Willie Mack, Turkey Tom, Nick DiOrio, you start friending these motherfuckers. It's on you. They're gonna fuck you one day. And they're gonna do it in the idea that we're doing something good for society in fucking Palestine and all that. You don't want to be around ideological extremists. It's real simple. Here's what I do. Talk to dopes like Vault about video games. And then laugh and don't get involved with these guys. I'm sorry. You're dopey. I'm sorry. It's true.
The fuck?
I'll be having a fucking talk with Matt. Yes, I'm going to make this public so it doesn't seem like I'm going behind anybody's back. I will be having a talk with Matt. That's fucking nuts. I think lefties are... I see you say Palestine, Willie Mack. I hate to say, I have a lot. All right, I'm going to say this. Lefty YouTubers are sus.
Very sus. That's all I'm going to say.
Should be what? Just like they say, hey, well, that's fucked up. Well, I tell you what. Here's another group of people that are sus. Anime YouTubers. I think they're sus too, for different reasons. I think it's okay to say lefty YouTubers are going, all right. I'm going to be vigilant. I'm not going to say this guy's some fucking commie wacko. I'm not saying he's out to fuck me over. I'm not saying he's out to fucking move. But that's what they do over there in BreadTube. I'm going to say they're sus. I'm going to say keep your distance. I think we all should learn a lesson to this. And I want to talk to Matt fucking... I don't want to have to defend Matt over something stupid this guy just did. Why couldn't you wait? Let me guess, President Sunday. You were all fucking ready to throw Nick and Matt and all of them under the bus until you talked to Nick, and Nick said, hey, listen, this girl could fucking turn on us like that. And we're all left holding the bag, and you're like, yeah, that's a good point. I think I'll edit out.
And she
the part
immediately did that.
They edit out the part where you said, I said everybody was complicit, but Beckett, leave Saltman in. Was it something like that? No, don't call in. I don't need him. It's all you tell me. He's smarter than that. They're all creeps. And they eat, these lefties eat each other. The best story I ever heard about lefties was like in Cambodia. You know, you're familiar with the Khmer Rouge and all the people they killed, the genocide they committed? You know the genocide they mostly committed on? Their own. They just kept on, because they were so paranoid. They kept on killing more and more of their own commies because they couldn't pass the litmus test, or seen as, and some people got rid of people, their neighbors and stuff like that. But everything was to achieve this fucking like, I don't know. It was almost religious like. And then, you know what? They were like, no, you're selling out to the CIA, and you're doing this and you're doing that. Happened in Cuba too, to some much lesser extent. And they all fucking eat each other because it's all about power. It's all about power. And I tell you something, I'm not a religious person. I consider myself a fucking atheist. But I have to admit, I really wonder if you don't believe in some kind of higher power, which, by the way, I don't, that those people are more likely to see power as God itself. And politics as God. I do wonder. And I say this as an atheist. I tell you this as a person that has no faith. But I see it over and over and over again. The faithless worship power.
It's a ritual. It's like a very...
Yeah, no, it's like a weird... thing. Both me and Walt grew up in religious families, and we've seen it over again, and two different sides of the fucking world. And by the way, a lot of them can be tracked to religion too.
Support. She also, at least to some degree, verifies Straight Raid's earlier comments regarding Dan Saltzman, noting, I have been told by a variety of people to not go public, most notably Destiny's anti-Twitch crusader, Dan Saltzman. Finally, she leaves off noting that Destiny has violated federal law in his transgressions against me. He has violated my...
And he went with the draft.
Yeah.
He went with the draft. Why was the draft public? Wow, Weaver. All those books and still a fucking unbelievable. You know, I'll take calls. I don't fucking care. Unbelievable.
Oh, fuck. Fuck, man.
Wow, Weaver.
Call in. Oh, by the way, Tommy, Elon did a Roman salute.
What? Send it to me.
I'm not kidding. Elon did a Roman salute. It's in your DMs. It's above the Cope and Sooth video.
My DM. Let me see. With you or the other one?
Me. I'll send it again here.
Oh, I'll see it. Did he really? Let's see.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I just had to
bring that up. Did he just be an edgy boy?
Fuck, man.
Well, he did open the paw.
Oh.
What an autist.
It's kind of like, fuck you, Asmongold, Heil Hitler.
That'd be great. This is a great day. And fuck you, Asmongold. I gotta wonder if he did that on purpose so they all melt down.
He's just so autistic, dude.
He's
so fucking autistic.
We watched that Jackass at MSNBC. We've never seen a list of the powerful and rich at one place. Like we did the last one. They all do it every time. Is Destiny live? Let's see. I want to hear.
I'm looking at that right now.
I want to hear from the people.
I'm watching. I'm watching all of Destiny's.
Yeah,
I'm spamming it. We had Doug in there.
Yeah, I'll be watching Destiny tomorrow. That's for sure. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a long day.
We're done.
Guess so. Guess so.
Dunzo.
None of his channels are live right now.
Really? Nobody wants to call in about this?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, it's kind of dead. I want to know. I want to know about that fucking guy. I don't know him very well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start paying more attention. Who's in my midst? I'm trying to fuck with this. Doesn't work. Well, this sucks. I fucked it. Oh well. Whatever. Whee. Whatever. I want to know. That's a massive fuck up.
It is. It really is.
That is a massive fuck up.
So like even in the first place, why did you of all people have that statement? Did you help her write it?
I don't know. Was it probably yeah?
Why did you help her write it?
Write it. Yeah. I kind of lose your
explained.
Fucking... What? Go ahead.
I think he explained in the conclusion that they just reached out to him because he knew nothing about like any of this, and he was just an unbiased source to read the DMs to out loud, or read the messages, whatever it was out loud. But I misheard what it was saying.
I don't know. I can't wait to find out. I'm watching this. I'm not getting involved with this. I don't care about this. I don't care about her. I don't care about Destiny. I don't care about anybody. I got no dog in this fight. And for anybody, you say, well, you just got a thing against liberals. That's not true. That's not true. The one, like your average juice bag on the street, the ones that seem to be on YouTube and trying to acquire power, yeah, I generally find them sus.
Oh, thank God, we have Doug in waiting.
Okay, Doug will put something.
Voice of reason.
Doug, what's his face is next. Doug, you're on the air.
So what you're trying to say is I shouldn't trust any lefties?
No, trust him. Go ahead, Doug. I'm sorry. No, okay, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Yes, I am saying that if you're doing a YouTube channel. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Basically,
fuck him and wear a dress, Doug. How's that?
I don't wear dresses. Ew.
Good for you.
I don't think fucking Vito would ever screw you. We have political disagreement. I don't think he would ever. But he's not in the. He's in the comedy game. You know. Yeah, he fucking virtue signals and does all his gay stuff. I don't see Vito trying to fuck me. You know. So no, not everybody.
Okay. Fair enough.
You know. But yeah, if you have a YouTube channel, if you worship power, then you don't believe in nothing else. Then what's to keep you from taking it? Which and it's probably pretty easy to justify. Personally.
Right.
That's my guess. That's my guess. Hey, look, that's my opinion. I could be wrong. Watch 20 streams telling me how fucking stupid I am. All right? And then I'll get something right next year. I said it today.
Oh, okay.
Good luck. Bye-bye. Let's see. VM Pirate, you're on the air. Hello. Hello. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
How can I help you?
Well, I saw you guys were waiting for call-ins. I've actually been a pretty reasonably huge. I'm like a leftist dude and a reasonably big desk, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually one of his secret discords and
stuff.
And so starting last month ago, I started hearing like little buzz about this, and Pixie dropped out.
Okay, buddy.
I've been backing off myself, but I could.
Can I ask you a question? You say you're leftist and you're in Destiny's Discord. Thanks so much, Jack. I'll read these off before. Do you think you're the only one? Or are you doing this? Are you like in a community and you talk with other Destiny fans, or do you think this like kind of happening other places, or maybe you don't even know?
Oh, for sure. Right now, I think there's a lot of cope, if it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. I mean, think about it. If you've been a huge fan for this guy and defending him, you've staked some of your own reputation on Destiny, so you might instinctively defend it, going forward.
And when you get down to it, he's lived so out loud.
Yeah.
Like, the fireman thing, he's never hit his sexual proclivities.
Yeah.
So when he does deny something, it lends a little bit of weight. Like it's very easy to cope, but you start to see a pattern. It's like, okay, this girl, and this girl, they can't.
Yeah, how many girls can it be? Where it's like, well, there was a few times, like the one example they gave that Anna, I thought she was berserk. I couldn't believe anything she said. I remember that from a year or two ago. So, like, I gave him a pass on that one too. Also, I'm not in the business of like saying you're a womanizer. I let the lefties do that because I really don't give a shit. Look, if he's single and he's getting a lot of fucking trim on the side, that's not really my business. You know,
Well, as a leftist
but I mean,
myself,
this,
I'm not about
but this
purity
is like recording a girl. This is supposed to be against the laws of leftists under all circumstances. Actually, this is pretty like, I shouldn't say that. That's not fair. This is kind of across the board, right wing and left wing. This is not to be done.
and the struggle here really is like people said BPD girls would be Destiny's downfall, but I think now looking at it, they seem like now he goes after crazy girls because they're the easiest ones to have like deniability on it, if that makes sense.
Maybe
it's like, oh, it's another crazy BPD girl, but no, maybe that's like they're not his downfall. That's how he managed to keep stringing it along.
He's always struck me. I don't know how much you're familiar with my work, but I kind of called the
it's the beta days.
Oh, okay. So I called. I don't know if you know the John Swan.
Who's Catch 33 fan?
I always said, "Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks a lot." Oh, okay. I called the John Swan thing, and I always saw him somebody, and I always saw Destiny this way too. Is one of these guys like when they get like, I can do this. I always saw Destiny kind of this way. No matter how much trouble I can get out of it, I can do this because I'm Destiny. I'm great. I'm fucking awesome. You know, I get that vibe from him too. I got that vibe from John Swan as well. You know, that he's one of those I can do this guys, which I always see.
And living so out loud did work for him, but like. I think he did get so away with it so long now. There's a level of arrogance. Like people once you get away with something, it almost becomes like a drug. You know, it's like, oh,
I agree.
Well, now I can do the next thing. So like maybe even on his own end, there's a warped morality where he hasn't even realized like he's fucking up, right?
Because, could be. Like, I don't know. See, I gotta be honest with you. That might be something you guys can discuss, you Destiny fans, because I don't give a shit what's in his head.
Well, no, I mean,
that much.
I'm not sweeping for him here.
No, I'm not saying you are. By the way, I'm not saying you are. I personally like whatever his motivations are is like motive is not.
He fucked up. I don't know. You could come back from this. This is.
I don't know, and you know what? I don't know that you can't come back from this either. I'll let it see. I think it's funny, but I don't want to seem like the guy that's like he's a liberal, so I'm glad he's falling apart, right?
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want has this ideology, not necessarily left or right or politically. He has this ideology of you can do this without consequences. I like the idea of them fucking these relationships. I like the idea of them falling apart. That's not really politically based. In other words, you think you can have open relationships. You think you can sleep around with absolutely everybody and there's no consequences. And there is. And like you said, he lived openly. Like, I like the fact that it's just, I know that's bullshit. I'm almost 50, right? You know, I've done terrible things to women. I've cheated. I've done all those fucking terrible things, you know? Like, I know that the wall falls down. And I'm glad people are seeing it, especially young people, you know? Yeah,
it would be good if there was like a big downfall though, because he needs to be talked about in a way similar to how John Swan has talked about. Like, oh, you can't fucking do that.
No, you can't. No, John tried to get me too. He didn't. All right, let me get to the other calls. Thanks for the call.
All right,
Tommy, before you take the next caller, Nick just dropped some DMs between Destiny's co-host, not so.
Erudite.
Erudite, sorry.
I'll talk to you later, Vampire.
Pixie.
Let me see.
Yeah,
okay,
that's the
these
girl
are the alleged
with
between Pixie and Destiny's co-hosts. Let's look.
Erudite, yeah.
Not yet Coleman canceled, so I end up not coming in, but we'll be there Saturday. Are you hanging with him? A lot of my conversation with him. Other than that, I mentioned, is there anything you were hoping to be brought up? Now, this is between who and who?
Erudite and Pixie.
Erudite and Pixie.
Erudite is the girl with the fucked up eyes.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to decide next course of action of what to do with myself. Who's Erudite? And that's
blue is going to be Pixie. Okay, gray is going to be her.
Erudite. Okay, thank you. Myself, okay, yeah, because Kyla's up there. I got you. That conversation, unless you decide you don't want to talk to him, that's okay too. Basically, I have plans, of course, of action. Pause and we'll choose something depending if he agrees on to make up / repent for the action and wants to work with me and find a way to do, or if he doesn't feel that way or doesn't talk to me, because I feel like I tried explaining what I'm feeling and he didn't really understand. No, he didn't care, bitch. I also have a little anxious voice in my brain telling me to prepare for the worst because he probably won't care, or he doesn't care enough to willingly try to make up for his mistakes. And that means I'll have to start thinking more extreme nuclear options. That's a threat to deal with it. But I'm trying to avoid spiraling down the line because I'm trying to hold out for hope. She's holding out for money, in my opinion.
Yeah, $1 million.
Yeah.
Not,
if I had to guess money,
we know
it's
that
like, yeah,
based
I'm
off
really
the
fucked up. I'm really destroyed by this, but that seems like an invitation to blackmail, an invitation to be paid off. And and just not to scare you, 100% not going to do anything to myself, no matter what he is saying during the holiday season, because I don't want to traumatize my friends during a time that's supposed to be happy. And even if he responds negatively, it doesn't mean that I'll auto kill myself. I'm trying. Oh yeah, just fucking yeah.
So yes, it's a fucking suicide bait.
This is suicide bait.
Yeah.
And compliment the differences of actions, including going public, and then I could take the amount of humiliation of killing myself versus the planned force. First of all, they should call the police. Like that. You do this to me, I call the cops next second. Next second. And don't they think I'm wrong? That stupid ass, because he just came into a lot of money too. And people made fun of me and said I doxed and I did all that other fucking stuff, and I don't fucking care. Josh Pascator came into a bunch of money and hinted that he didn't say it outright, kind of hinted Nick DiOrio would get whacked. I went to the cops. That's it. Went to the cops immediately. That he's going to whack Nicholas DiOrio. You know what the cop told me? Yeah, we have something here, but DiOrio's got to come down to Pescatore State to do something about it. Told DiOrio, he said no, and that was the end of it. Anybody, you come to me and say you're going to kill yourself. I even have a no suicide baiting rule in my Discord. I am going right to the police. I don't fucking care. Can I share this with Steven? He's communicating. You will be already. Yeah. He's communicating. And he knows he fucked up. But there's no excuse. Like, he's Vince McMahon too, right? You know what this means? If you're Destiny, pay up. Pay up. But I can do this. I can do this.
Dude, I fucked Lauren Southern, all right?
Yeah, I can do anything. Jesus Christ. I can suck a guy's dick. It doesn't matter. I'm going to pay that bitch. I can do this. There's no excuse for all it doesn't know that he can do for make it up. I'm trying to bridge between help and him understand that would make you feel that he understood that he did wrong and never do it again, or better, what I can share with him. So she knows. Where's Saltman? You can share this and anything you want with him. I felt like when he talked, you really understood where I was coming from and can hopefully explain this better. There's no way Destiny didn't look at this and say she's trying to get money out of me. There's no fucking way. No way. Gotcha. Thanks for not sugarcoating anything about where you're at. That might have been a dig. That might have been a dig. Yeah. And shit. I think what we talked about as what you needed, help removing the video from online, getting the guy who hacked charged. Who gives a shit? Any sense that Steven understands how in the wrong he was, or a plan to prevent this from ever happening again?
So she's trying to blame the hacker instead of blaming Destiny then.
Destiny, allegedly.
Kinda, yeah.
These are alleged messages between Pixie and alleged.
If you scroll down, there's more.
There we go.
Is this what you feel united? Yeah, let's see, where are we here? So I just did that one. Wait a minute, no, I think it's not sugarcoating. Okay. Is this what you feel you need? Yeah. The only problem is number 3, because even with removal of the video and the guy getting hacked and charged, Steven has to face consequences proportional to his actions. I want this to be the most expensive mistake of his life, and I'm essentially asking him to self-punish himself.
I know what this is now.
Yeah. In a way
this is the messages from the video between
in a way that I won't think
Sunday and Nick.
Really? What
Yeah.
the fuck is wrong with that goddamn thing?
Yeah, that thing's loud.
Holy fuck. I don't think you'll take or agree without the law get involved. I don't have a dollar amount at the top of my head. Or it just has to be. Why didn't he call a lawyer? Why did she call a lawyer? When they could have worked something out. Well, maybe. But she wants to punish him. It just has to be enough for the rest of his life. Oh, boy. If he thinks of the word nude, he associates with the amount of money of the loss. Oh, God, spoken like a true woman. Obviously, I don't want to make him destitute, but it should be large enough. That's what my wife said to me. You're going to feel this the rest of your life. And I go, no, I won't. And I didn't. She couldn't believe I said that. But no, I probably won't. I'll have my bad days and my good days, and then I'll forget it. And then it'll come up again. It's probably, boy, that sucked when I'm older, when I'm in my 40s and 50s. And it won't be what you think. It'll be that's you. That's a women thing. And I said that to her. But it should be large enough that he doesn't feel upset about it and is not easily recoverable. She wanted millions. His actions, I want to be the most expensive. Okay, we saw that. Okay, so that is what you want to pursue. It wasn't clear to me before you said this. What you want specifically? My understanding is that there's more of a sense of rehabilitation and justice. Yeah, sure. That's fucking funny. Okay, anything else? That's it? 6 of
That's
6.
pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah. Destiny has not posted anything. I've been constantly refreshing.
This is so
all
obviously
of the,
to me,
including his
yeah.
Reddit.
This is so obviously a fucking attempt to get money. Now you can't say it's like 100% blackmail. I don't know if it crosses into that. I'll let the bread tubers decide and not watch it.
They'll have their own debate about it.
I'll let them have the
after
debate.
the
I'll let them
debate.
decide. I'll let them come to their conclusions, and I will watch and only clip part of it and laugh at the clips. Leader, you're on the air.
Speaking of debate bros,
is he one of them now?
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah, good move, leader. Going to the debate bro space. And lots of good people there. But go ahead.
Hey, what did I do? Go into the debate bro space?
I don't know. That's what he's
No.
I don't know if that's true or not. Actually,
I'm just making fun of
screwing
you.
with you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just fucking with you.
All right.
I just wanted to say, like, I know some people have said that this place will be like career ending and all that for Destiny, but I think his audience is kind of like, I don't think it'll hurt him too much.
Okay.
I think that people already know that he's like,
I think there's some truth in that.
Terrible with fucking women. It's like all over the place.
You ever think this? You ever think this? That actually, this would be too funny for the feminists out there. That's why people find him cool. I don't know. I'm just talking here. I don't think it's cool. You know why I don't think it's cool? Because he'll fucking tell you about some women's fucking issues like he knows something or cares in the same breath. Wait, how is Dan involved? We're trying to get to the bottom of that because I don't know how.
Yeah,
Dan's
we have no
involved.
idea.
We have no idea,
and
it looks like they made a major screw up and a possible apology should be coming.
Not even Dan knows how.
Not even
how
Dan
he's
knows,
involved.
according to Dan. But you know what? I don't trust Dan either.
Did
I can
you
say
see
something.
Dan jumped?
Yeah.
Dan jumped on Turkey Tom's stream a little bit earlier.
Yeah, that's where we
already
got the
played it.
information from.
We already played it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's going to be. You know what? I don't care if he beats it. It doesn't make a fucking difference to me. I'll never be in Destiny's sphere. I wouldn't want to hang around with people like that. They're no fucking fun and constantly accusing them of weird sex stuff. You know, and the thing is, I'm old, and like I wouldn't. Let's say I was single. I wouldn't want. If I was single, if my poor wife died and I was allowed to get as much trim as I wanted, I wouldn't tell any of you motherfuckers about anything.
Yeah, you
Ever.
start dating Pixie.
Ever. I would just introduce Tommy to his new mommy.
You don't think you would be, I don't know, sending all your sex videos to online women?
No, I never
Something
did
like
it
that?
before. Yeah, it's like I don't want.
show
I know
the
Destiny.
other webcam.
Look, I'm no Destiny, but I had some sex in my day. You know, I mean, Jesus, I'm no like Christian Catholic boy. I never was. You know, I'm not that conservative. I don't encourage people to be conservative. I just find it like funny when they're trying to paint all their political memories as a bunch of like sex freaks, and they're sex
Do you have
freaks.
a clip of that?
So if Destiny followers release pictures of their dicks in solidarity of the dicks pictures leads, what will they tell you to do in solidarity with these allegations? I don't fuck. That's pretty funny though.
It'll get canceled down.
All right. Anything else, leader?
No, that's it. Thanks, Tommy.
Peace.
Yeah.
Guten.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Guten.
Yeah.
Guten Abend.
Guten Abend, mein Freund. Alles klar?
Are the
heute?
gays still allowed to call in?
Yeah. What was your opinion, German lady?
I'm just like, is anyone surprised?
Oversexed German lady?
Is anyone surprised? Let's be honest.
No.
Oh.
Like this motherfucker is in one sex scandal after the next. It's just like, oh, what is it this time?
You know, it's. I love German women. You know this. I've married 2 of them. I made babies with 2 of them.
They're both different.
Yeah, but that's one thing I always liked about German girls, especially. I assume it's the rest of the country, but it's mostly in Wiesbaden, Mainz area. They just assume like they just like they don't hold it against you if you're young in your 20s and 30s and you're getting a lot of ass. They never hold that. They don't hold it against you. They never did. It's like, hey, I'll just get it out of your system. Now they do really seem to really care. I've noticed if you told them you're your boyfriend or husband and then you start banging the girl next door, then they hate it. But prior to that, they have no problem and they're not very judgmental.
Then you get hunted down for sport.
That's why
then we get the wooden spoon and hunt you down.
Yeah. No, Helga, no!
That's exactly like that.
That's my experience.
Otherwise, I'm just like, everyone is always so surprised when the next Destiny drama happens, and it's like.
Well, what do you think,
good.
honestly? Do you think this is like a career ending?
No, his audience don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. That's interesting. That's gonna be funny. That's gonna be funny.
Yeah, it depends.
It's good. Some of them are going. Some of them are going.
Here's another thing.
Here's another possibility. What about this? That guy's a scumbag, but I'm gonna watch him anyway because I like his politics and I like his show and I like his entertainment. There you go. I mean, a lot of people. I fully believe. I don't have any proof of it. Obviously, I'm absolutely a person that says the best thing you could do is share a bed with a child.
Destiny's life.
People who say it's unnatural are ignorant.
No,
ignorant. That guy wrote some fucking great songs who said that, and I still listen to him. ABC is 1, 2, 3. Baby, it's you and me.
Yeah.
ABC, 1, 2, 3. Baby, you and me. I love Michael Jackson's music. I love it. He's amazing. Probably the most gifted artist the United States has ever produced, right? And I think he probably touched a kid or 2. And if he didn't, he wanted to, you know?
Yeah.
I'm saying Destiny's like that. But my point is, I'm still listening to Michael Jackson because I think that music is awesome. I'm gonna rock with you all night. I like that 70s fucking disco shit. Love it. So maybe that's what happens.
There will be some people who will be turned off by that and be like, yeah, fuck Destiny. But he will also win some other people again. So it doesn't really change anything.
I don't like him. What about this? I don't like him. I like his art. I don't like him. I like his politics.
Yeah, and some will just care about the politics. Who cares who he fucks and what
there you go.
happens?
There you go. He's right. It doesn't matter. Okay, fair enough. I don't care either.
Yeah.
Take care there, doing the mountain. Peace, 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 Middle East, chicken grease.
Yes, peace out.
Peace out. Auf Wiedersehen. Woo. You should have left her alone. Therapy. I think it's funny. I think it's very, very funny. Is that it? Is that all we got?
I guess so. We had more people, but I guess they left after we pulled up the Nick DMs.
All right, that's all right. I think we're done. 3 hours, 2.5 hours is enough for us. We don't do those.
Yeah, I'm all Destiny out.
I am no Chud. Yeah, we're doing a lot of this.
Yeah.
I'm no Chud Logic, man. I can't sit here for the next. I know he can, but that's his gift and not mine.
Ed's a warrior when it comes to streaming. 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he takes some really stupid vacations.
Yeah.
Bad timing.
I'm the only one who can't
timing.
work this goal shit like everybody else because I feel guilty.
Yeah, you'll get the hang of it.
Yeah. I feel like I got to do something. Well, nobody read the goals. I'm not running around like an idiot. I even spelled idiot wrong, which is kind of funny.
No, that's probably why the poll failed.
Oh, he's not going to do it because he said, let's read them. Let's read them and call it a day. First, what are the odds the fundraiser gets spent on meth too? Alpha Russ, 46 months. Cheers. Thanks so much, Alpha Russ. Randall Hughes, just a normal day, huh? Absolutely. That's $10 right there. Bungus, $5. I was expecting him to get involved with Mr. and Miss Manshishi. Zalinti, 9 months. This was not at all what I expected today. Well, I did, but somebody told me it was coming.
Listen, fuckhead.
I'm complicit. I'll be in the next video. This whole situation is food bar. Jack Walker, $5. First, $5. Hi, Destiny. You were quoted as saying, "Spread that little political." Is that true? I'm on your side, but use code Diorio for buying Fortnite skin.
Spread that little commentary pussy.
UC Alico, 55 months. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Max, 871, 40 months straight. I really, I don't know if it's straight, but you're back if you're not. Yeah, 40 months. I do appreciate it. Either way, Winter Gaming. I'm not going to lie. I used to like Destiny. We read that one before, though. $5, but I'll give you a little love. Optimus, what happened to the days of sex at McDonald's? You could tell he's from Glasgow, huh? Low class. Run for breakfast. Ultimately, any streaming girl.
Like no Burger King.
What's that?
Well, like they don't have a Burger King.
Yeah, Burger King over there. Any streamer girl in her nudes leaked as a title financial competition. It's generally a loss of money. You're right. The mic is roboting. Winter Gaming. Thanks so much. First, are you going? Let's see. You're going to blow my ears out with car speakers from hitting your desk. Fuck off. Winter Gaming, again, this is why I hate about politics. Everybody protects the most degenerate people. Well, that's nothing new. And I read that one before. Run for breakfast. Turns out leftists can be rad, too, if they are real. I don't know. Nobody's rad. And you know what? No conservatives are rad, either. Everybody sucks. Norm MacDonald, Ghost Chair. Thoughts. Ultima. Red Wing? Is that his name? Ultima? I'm going to call him Ultima. I don't think it's blackmail to demand financial compensation for your career is taking permanent damage. I think it's reasonable. But, here's the thing, Robin Brazos, and you're probably right. There is a certain amount of damage that is self-inflicted. She proclaimed to be the girl that was above this and wasn't. I wouldn't believe her anything going forward. That's her own doing.
Okay, buddy.
Now, look, getting your shit put out there, that might be illegal, and it's definitely a terrible thing to do. And she can take it up that way, I suppose. But I don't know. It's maybe she is entitled to stuff. I don't care. I don't care at all. I'm not going to pretend to. You know what? You know who's going to pretend to care? All the people that are saying Destiny's a fucking rotten guy. They don't care either. I got news for you. They probably care less than I do. Depends on who's he's doing it to. Look at this guy, Rump Empanada or whatever the fuck his name is. He's doing like outrageous shit and getting supported by Hassan. Well, he's in the right team. Don't believe everything you read. Don't believe anything you see. Get all the information so you don't screw the damn thing up. How is Dan involved? No idea. Brandoid, thanks for streaming, even though I normally miss it. Thank you, Brandoid, and thanks for stopping during the show. Now, Winter Gaming, one last time. I think Destiny's a hero for outing Nick Fuentes. He is a hero. He's absolutely right. It would have been great if that was Nick Fuentes. I would have
I wish it was.
Wonderful.
I fucking wish it
the
was.
other side of the
So
aisle
fun.
that I can't stand.
Yeah.
The feminine, the extremely feminine, unmanly like guys that tell everybody to act more like men. That's my
Do you have a
personal
clip
favorite.
of that?
Teddy, I'm wearing my "I fucked his son." All I got is the stupid Communist Manifesto T-shirt. Good job. I should send you the $15 back and steal the idea. Jack B, he tipped $9. If Destiny's followers release pictures of their dicks in solidarity, then when his dick pics are leaked, what will he do in solidarity for these allegations? Thanks so much. Jordan the Player subscribed 2 hours ago. Cloud Strife 259 has subscribed. Afterglow subscribed, and that's all we got. Now we do Pats, which is usually pretty easy. Pats is a guaranteed read. We do not guarantee everything is read. It was a long stream and I had nothing else to do. We're not guaranteed, but Pats are definitely read over $10. Anything over 20 is probably a guaranteed too. One time only. But you get ready. If you're a Pat, I guess it's the least I can fucking do. What did I get kicked off of Streamlabs? Destiny had me kicked off of Streamlabs for laughing at him. Oh no, it's Patreon, you dumbass. Sorry. Patreon. You have to go to the creator part of Patreon. Audience, and then we're definitely ending. We're gonna do an after show after this. I have to get up at 9 o'clock for gym. I'm trying to learn all my fat. Mavsy O'Brag, Mexon, Abby Blackbird, B, Billion Bones, Blue Jacket, Cody Grill, Final Flash, Little Manly, Nesquick, Not Your Typical Mom, Panic Pun, Taylor D, Tommy C's Cat, Trippy Savage, Winter Gaming, Yeenie, Miss Janie, by the way, Picklington. I can't wait to force her to show her breasts next time she's here because I'm a creepy old man. I can't wait to do that. And by the way, do you see how big they are? They're fucking enormous. Yeah. Not good. I'm glad. And thank you guys, everybody. And the biggest thanks goes out to, of course, the sponsor of this show, Musty. Shot for the point. Sponsored by Musty. Bye! Bye! Oh, boy.
Oh, dude. Now Corey's got to fuck.